That should help.
If I hear noise on the stream now.
Alright, then I need this one. GI, G2. Did they do a thing about it? Oh, they did. Oh well, whatever. Okay, now I need logos. A logo for the enemy team? That might be nice.
Prefer Pathos, honestly. No, not okay. Never mind. Bad joke.
I said logo, not logos. So
Yeah, it sounded like you said logos. Or maybe I was just hearing what I wanted to hear. I'm sorry.
alright. Is there anywhere else that this thing is that I need to like actually take care of right now? Yeah, I I had the ego there. I had to collect my Callista pentakill so that I could share it with the world. And that meant that I killed my sound because I didn't have my headset plugged in at the time. So then when I load OBS the next time, it's like we've never had sound in our lives. I don't know where to go.
Feels bad. OBS is doing its best, and you're just out here changing things on them? Come on.
Okay, does this match? This matches. Okay, 059 is actually the first one. So the one I said was the first one is the first one. So that's kind of nice.
Odd.
I'm pretty sure. Let me double check because I. Yes, it is. Okay. Confirmed.
059.
Okay, and then one last thing, and I'll be ready. Or will I? Okay, there it goes. That took an alarmingly long amount of time. Alright. On my preview window, I had flipped over to the league game just to, you know, get it to load, and it took a good 15 seconds before it loaded, so... so that's, you know, not concerning at all. Sure
It's a slow Saturday evening, you know? They're just doing their best.
I'm curious, Weeb in the chat, or Lexus, did this other team win their first game, or did they lose? Because they hadn't played when I originally made my scheduling post. Or maybe no one's paying attention. Whatever.
We might be streaming to no one.
That-
Our 8 minutes of prattling on and fixing the issues, the
Yeah, true.
technical issues.
I think we're good now. I can flip to the draft if you're ready.
I am absolutely ready.
Alright. Well, welcome officially to the stream. I'm Maris, and my usual cohort is Aikido today. And yeah, we got some banger games. We got the LRS team taking on Omega Gaming Infinite first, followed by the LAS team. We'll be playing against Akron Z. So, um, that said, how are you, Aikido? How's everything going?
Just peachy, you know?
Man played in the Mastering Runeterra tournament this morning. Said you went 3-2. That's not a terrible day.
I went 3-2 before dropping because you have to, you can only lose once and still make top cut. But my 2 losses were against like really good players who top like every tournament, so it's okay, I guess. But yeah, that was my day. How
Well,
about you?
I had a mouth ache, and then I went and took a nap, and now I'm here. So,
There we go.
my mouth doesn't hurt as bad, but sometimes you just power through. Yeah. So, Omega Gaming Infinite played their first week game, I believe Tuesday, before the LRS game on Thursdays. So they're on a 2-game week, whereas RotM we saw on stream last week. Well, not on stream, but on the replay last week. Had a pretty dominant 2-0 win, coming in. So a lot of confidence for the boys, and we'll see how it goes. So drafts for game 1. The thing that sticks out to me is the kind of relative lack of damage for OGI. You got the Seraphine mid. I guess you can get a little bit of damage out of your set, but it's all going to be pretty physical coming from their side.
Yeah, I think you're relying a lot on Set to sort of pick up the lack of damage. You're really requiring him to get ahead, because otherwise, Tristana will eventually kill Scion and Swain, I guess. But, Seraphine doesn't do a whole lot of damage, so one carry compositions into the double tanky Scion Swain doesn't seem the best. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, meanwhile, for the boys, it's kind of a protect the boar comp. You have the Scion and Swain that are difficult to run through, and then the 2 supports to help him in the back line. But a lot of damage should be coming from the Jinx, although you get that chip, you get the tankiness from the Swain and Morgana too. So I actually really like this composition for RTM.
I think it makes a lot of sense. It's the hyper carry composition. You got Morgana, the tier 1 jungler currently, and then you have just champions that create a lot of space or stop the Jinx from dying, hopefully. No, I think that it makes a lot of sense.
Right.
Do you know the story behind the Teemo ban?
The Teemo is the default. We lost a ban because of an emergency sub, so I'm going to assume that they have an emergency sub. I don't know who it is or which position or anything, but
Okay, that's fine. I just wasn't sure if Teemo was secret OP, and I just hadn't realized it yet.
Nah, our LAS boys will also have a Teemo ban if I show their drafts on screen. So.
Okay. Makes sense.
They showed up late instead, so they lost the ban for game 1, but they'll have it for game 2. Okay, whatever. It's the default. We lost a ban.
That's better than fucking UML when we had to bring in a sub and forfeit an entire game for it.
Yeah, I mean there's merit to that, but yeah,
No, come on. We had to play out the 5v4, and then we had to FF a game as well. I don't know.
I think there's merit to E-sub you lose a game, because you have, days to get a sub on the roster if you need one, and people should, I don't know, like stuff comes up, but anyway, that's a discussion for another time. Let's look at this game. If you're ready, we'll go ahead and start.
I'm ready.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go. All right, on the blue side of the rift, wearing the blue health bars for game number 1 will be Omega Gaming Infinite. On the top lane, Necro, playing the set Draco. In the jungle, playing Zac. Demo! In the mid lane, playing Seraphine and Kiri, and CN Sup. In the bottom lane, playing Tristana and Braum.
On the red side, we have Return of the Middle Sticks, Viva on the top lane. On the Scion 2004 Lexus GX 470, playing Morgana jungle. Wing Nation on the Swain mid. Nambor and Hulk on that Jinx Lulu bot lane, and um, thankfully your mic was very kind to us and definitely you made your yell a little bit quieter than otherwise.
Yeah, it doesn't. I've got it set a little high, honestly. So I've noticed that when I am forced to go back and listen to my god awful voice, when I'm peaking or yelling during team fights, there's not like a huge sound difference between me talking normally,
Hmm.
which is good bad. Um, I should maybe make it a little bit more like differential so that
I mean,
there's
I would be
because
honest.
otherwise it's got the same sound tone the whole time. I don't know.
At least for me, maybe it's different on stream, but at least for me, that was very quiet but intense. Your yell there. I mean, a little bit quieter than you otherwise might normally be, but that might just be a Discord thing rather than a mic thing. Either way, though, both teams just starting with a pretty standard, pretty safe start here. Neither jungler, I think, wants to be too proactive here in the early game. Morgana just wants to farm up, and win through tempo, and Zac just wants to make it to mid game. So I expect to see full clears for both of them, which you'd think Morgana should be able to outpace the Zac here.
Yeah, I'm personally excited to see Hulk on the Lulu. I know that that's a champion he likes a lot and is excited to play consistently.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, it feels like a very Hulk style champion, so I'd buy that. I'd
yeah,
buy that. Zac's path. Zac just did red to raids to golems. I don't know the idea behind that one. Because you could just do golems at level 2 with Q and W, and you clear them pretty fine. Um, and I guess he wants to gank bottom early. That would make sense. He's still gonna lose out on a lot of tempo if he doesn't get exactly a kill here. But our team's a little far up, so might get caught out.
yeah. Flash away from from Boar, but Hulk gonna get pulled in and slapped into the minions. It's first blood, unfortunately taken by the Braum. Um, yeah, Winged, if you're listening, can you remind me to put like an actual thing up for getting hosted? I didn't realize I still had the default zombie going there. Um, and I'm not gonna remember in like 2 hours when we're done. But good combo onto demo, but Zac is there again. Boar stepping up, looking for some minions, greeting maybe a little bit. Curie gonna stun him up underneath tower with the Braum passive, but just able to get a little bit close down into safety. He'll zap Curie back, and yeah, it's a good start for OGI thus far. And Lexus not even like super benefiting from it, I would say. He's technically up a quadrant right now, but he's not going to find anything over here in this red side.
Yeah, normally when a jungler clears one quadrant, oh, they're a little bit far up.
Oh, well, never mind. Sometimes you just give him a gank for free Kiri, although jumps in, really low, that explosive shot onto Boar. One more auto finishes it off for Kiri. He doesn't have the reset, though. He's out of mana, forced to flash out. One more auto. They
Oh, he
just
missed
can't
the
finish it
auto!
off. He gets stunned underneath the tower. Lexus with the binding, and the
Lexus!
tower's going to take him down. The Braum is huge at 2-1.
Oh my
Meanwhile, somehow, Necro just gets a little too close to the tower in the top lane, and Vibon takes him down for a solo kill.
Lexus misclicked on the auto attacked Braum instead of the Tristana, and then flash forward and on the auto that actually hit Tristana, procs the Guardian and doesn't get the kill there. Just tragedy. That was supposed to be your play. OGI was a little bit too far up, and Lexus was in the right place, right time, but unfortunately, it's a disaster here for ROTM this early in the game. 3-1. That one kill being that solo kill picked up by Vbon in the top lane. So the one bright light here for our team right now.
Yeah, Wings doing some good trading in the mid lane as well, but I don't know how much that matters into Seraphine. She just kind of wants to exist and scale up
The
anyway.
issue is that the Zac is just chilling in his lane. He's been in the side bush, for about a minute here. He's visited them a
Oh,
couple
Alcove
times.
Gamers, they're jumping onto Hulk. This bottom lane is just bloodthirsty. The winner's might going to connect onto Hulk. He's low, he'll get away this time, but more good trading from Curie and NCN support.
Yeah, no, taking full advantage of the Tristana's strong early game. Tristana Braum, if they land a Winter's Bite, they can just all in and force out Summoners, doing a really good job of applying that pressure there. And we already see a pretty big CS lead here developing for them, as well as picking up that plate. Means that this Noon Quiver to a dagger is only going to get worse here for RTM. That said, both junglers are here on the side of the map. You might see Lexus look for something, but
Yeah, I don't know that Draco really wants this dive. He does have his Bloblet passive, so if he can get clean onto Hulk, they can burst him out. And as long as they have a
honestly,
minion wave shoved in, that would have been a decent play, I think, for him.
I think that if Zach just went in and got the double teleport onto his bloblets, they should have been able to dive that, even with 3 people down there in the bot lane. But playing a little bit safer, deciding they didn't need to go that balls to the wall, play a little bit more reservedly, a little bit safer here, because they do have a pretty good lead here. And, despite any worries about damage composition within their team, if your Tristana gets very far ahead, Seraphine still scales really well. So, you will still be able to kill things. It's less of an issue the further ahead you get. That said, Lexus is significantly far ahead of Draco in terms of farm. Up 3 full camps and up some XP as well, though Draco picking up the assist as well as some leeching some lane XP means he's not as far behind as he otherwise might be.
Yeah, I mean, kind of as you would expect, the Morgana just clears absurdly fast right now.
Well, that and Draco, despite, what you would normally expect from a Zac, has played this early game pretty aggressively.
Oh, Kiri, they're getting onto Boar. The shield trying to keep him alive. The Ignite not quite going to be enough. He still has Flash, though. Kiri stuck underneath tower, and Hulk will pick that one up in return. CN support's low. Boar might be able to wander back in. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, another good trade for Winged, but the zap lands on to CN support. Do you think CN is China or Canada?
I think it's China.
Okay.
I mean, it technically could be Canada, but my initial thought was China. But yeah, no, a little bit over aggressive there. Went in to get the last auto attack off on Boar, but Boar had both of his summoners still available. So, perhaps a little bit of a throw despite a massive lead here for the Tristana. Means that Jinx has a chance of getting back into this game. Oh, Draco.
The flash over the wall from Draco. No E, just going to walk in and lets bounce all over Winged. He's got 200 health, but hits the ultimate, gets the black shield on him. They'll eliminate Demo from the map, and the Soul Shackle stuns up Draco as well. He'll get turned into bloblets. Will Necro invest his teleport to save his jungler? It looks like he's headed in. A couple more bloblets, going to get popped by the bird bomb, but Necro and Draco will both walk out of the back of the fight.
Yeah, and I have to imagine that the Elastic Slingshot was on cooldown from using it to get into the raids. Because that was definitely a pretty large commit there of the flash by Draco. And
oh,
just
and then
not
he stays.
Enough damage.
Oh, just not quite enough from Winged, as Demo gives him that little shield as soon as he walks in with the W to keep him alive. Meanwhile, Necro taking the aggressive path back to top lane and paying a little bit for it, as V-Bon gonna whack him up with some decimating smashes.
Yeah, and OGI was looking pretty good. Had a bit of a lead, but, have done a pretty good job of punting it back to ROTM here in the last few minutes. Gold lead was in their favor, but now kills are even, gold is even. And ROTM, with perhaps a little bit more balance of a team composition, likes the game being even. It feels like it should be in their favor in that case. In fact, or even starting up the dragon, it looks like. I assume that's what's going on the mini-map. It's hard to tell.
Yeah, looks like they're headed more for the bottom lane, though. The Predator popped. Is Kiri going to buster shot back away Lexus? They've got their jungler waiting in the wings. He doesn't have the Let's Bounce, so as soon as he misses that Elastic Slingshot, it means that they'll have to disengage from bottom lane. RTM, though, has flipped the gold lead back in their favor, and now it's not, and now it is again. But, being back even after the disastrous early game and the rough plays in bottom lane, they've got to be feeling pretty confident, pretty good about where they're at right now in the game state.
Absolutely, and V-Bot even ended up committing the teleport to make sure his team picked up that dragon. It's going to hurt him a little bit, just because there's about 3 waves crashing into his turret right now. But he's actually wrapping back around and might be looking to 4-man bottom here. Though Lexus is playing very far up and is sort of showing OGI that they are not allowed to walk up to this wave. So, yeah, V-Bon's just sort of gonna
V-Bon looking mid lane,
everything.
not quite gonna be able to hit the ultimate onto Demo, and the Claw not quite going to connect either. So Demo successfully navigating that that dive from Vbon and burns his flash in the process. Although that's going to open up the bottom lane as the Glacial Fissure coming out. Boar, that's a
Oh,
really good wild growth from Hulk, but Boar staying alive, just forced to retreat. In comes the Eye of Sauron from mid lane, trying to slow everybody up. Meanwhile, in the top lane, Vbon in trouble as Necro and Draco going to get onto him. Let's bouncing him underneath turret. They'll knock him back into the minion wave, and the ultimate from Necro will dunk him down. So nice kill in the top lane for OGI, and ROTM pulled to both side lanes right now, but not able to find anything in return until maybe now. Lexus is going to wander in and be able to soak up that wave, and it looks like everything will
and
calm down for a second.
the last couple minutes have just been awful for Vbon. He expended the teleport, but wasn't needed to pick up the dragon. Uses the ult mid and only gets a flash for it, and then walks back top and instantly dies. He was up 20 CS and just instantly gives that away to try and help out his team and gets so very little for it.
Yeah,
Means that now a lane where he was very far ahead, he's now behind. Necro is able to finish the Stride Breaker.
that's exactly what I was going to say. Finishes up the
Oh,
stride breaker.
sorry.
No, you're good. No, I'm glad we're on the same wavelength. Even if my voice isn't on any wavelength right now. That was weird. Yeah. But
All right, though. Looking at the CS lead, so as Necro might get caught out here, bit of a precarious position. He has Draco over the wall. We'll see if they commit. And no, flash expended from Necro. But this jungle matchup, as highlighted, Lexus is now up almost 40 CS, and you expect Morgana to get a lead, but this feels extra. This feels like Draco's just not making great use of his time and is just falling really far behind. Admittedly, as a utility tank, it's probably not as big as it otherwise might be, but could be an issue.
yeah, jungle top 2v2. Lexus is going to get jumped on the Soul Shackles, trying to keep him alive. He'll exist as he flashes out, so no deaths going over to OGI, but again, Draco and Necro comboing pretty well in that top jungle.
Yeah, definitely. Despite not being able to contest the Rift Herald, they're still able to force the flash out of Lexus as RTM took a little bit of a greedy path, maybe. Ended up walking over some wards and get punished a little bit for it. Though at the end of the day, not that big a deal. But this fight is actually potentially lethal as both top laners are very low now. They have their ultimates available, but looks like they're just going to call a truce and back off for this one.
Yeah, and that gold lead we've highlighted bouncing back and forth. Now back out to about 1,000 for OGI. Is Curie and China support going to jump in and take a little chunk out of Hulk? That's more than a little chunk even, about 3/4 of his health.
Yeah, it's Tristana, just so strong in the early game, and with the finished Berserker Greaves as well as the Kraken Slayer, just so much damage going to be coming out of this champion. It's very difficult for a Jinx Lulu lane to actually deal with it. But Lexus is here, protecting the bot lane a little bit, perhaps expecting some pressure to be asserted from OGI, as this turret is very low. Actually, top turret is as well, and Necro might be able to just pick up first turret, yeah. This camera pans up there. First turret going over to OGI is a pretty good influx of money, and again, for the lane that was the one shining star for ROTM a few minutes ago, or a few minutes into the game rather, it's just gone downhill from there, as the set is going to be pretty scary now.
Yeah, now Lexus even gets spotted out as the Braum had gone to ward, and that kind of gives away the game that everybody is looking at this dragon, which, I mean, expected, honestly. 23 seconds to go on that spawn, and everybody's really converging, even both top laners setting up to mid. We could have our first big 5v5 of the game, but it looks like Kiri and CN support will go ahead and grab the bottom lane tower and extend that gold lead out. They're not going to be able to spend a whole lot of that gold right before this dragon starts, but Lexus is going to use Shelly to go ahead and bait them toward mid lane. Zach gets a little bit caught, has to use his elastic slingshot away, so that'll be on cooldown for at least a little bit as the dragon spawns. RTM going to go ahead and leash it up. Vbon playing front line as he was wont to do, but Necro with the big ultimate in. The Encore doing a lot of work on the backside, but these health bars staying relatively okay for ROTM. They're kiting back in. Wing tanking up everything on the front now. Flashes forward for the Bird Bomb. It's a double kill for Wing Nation, a triple kill. He'll finish off the Quadra as well. Oh, no, never mind. It's a full house as Boar gets 2. They'll get a 5-for-0 ace on the back of just a huge play by Wing Nation. And yeah, they still don't have a gold lead.
And despite a good engage there from the side of OGI, they have the big team fighting ultimates, but the Seraphine Encore just didn't CC people long enough. And like we had highlighted from draft, just a lack of damage means that Wing Nation's able to just tank up everybody, and they're not actually able to kill anybody even through the initial CC chain. Means that ROTM, despite being down gold, is able to come out on top in that fight, and it's pretty massive swing of about 3K. Though a lot of that money hadn't been spent by OGI, so as far as items go, it was relatively even. But when you're that far ahead and not able to come out on top in a fight, it feels kind of bad. It's a little bit scary for the next few minutes here because RTM's definitely in the lead now.
Yeah, I really liked the way they played that team fight. Some teams would have panicked given that big initial engage from Necro. But I liked the way everybody funneled through the same choke point back up. You played around Boar on the front, and then Wing just kind of did his work on the front side of that fight, able to make that choke point really work for him. So I like that a lot. I don't like this as much. Wing getting a little bit of return damage. The Buster Shot not quite going to finish him off as Draco going to get onto Lexus. Kiri hops back over the wall. That actually costs him as the pull from Lexus finds a double kill for himself. He'll get the binding down onto Draco as well, looking for the fight, and the death rocket from Boar finds home. ROTM turns it. Is it a 3-for-1 in the mid lane?
Yeah, and a little bit of an overcommitment there from OGI. They had the initial pick onto Wing Nation, but Wing Nation survived for so long. He stalled for Lexus to get there, and then the Jinx Rocket able to pick it up at the end. Just, it felt like a desperation play. It feels like OGI, after losing the last fight, just kind of lost their cool. They don't feel like they're in control anymore. And went to try and force a pick there, and unfortunately, it just does not go well for them. The stopwatch from Wing Nation just a little bit too strong.
Yeah, and now Lexus up to 8 stacks on his Dark Seal as well. He's scaled up to a very scary point with his Leandries, with his Lucidity boots, and now that extra bit of AP in his back pocket. He'll feel very confident headed in, 50 CS advantage over the Zac. And I've liked the tempo he's played with on the Morgana pick so far. I also do like what Draco's done for the most part. It seems like when we have him highlighted on the camera, he's making generally good plays, but falling farther and farther behind in the CS game is going to hurt him. Although Winged having the mid lane experience right now, there's 4 of them mid, and unfortunately no one in the area for ROTM, so good play for OGI to go ahead and grab that pick, and we'll see what they can get with their pressure there. Vbon, though, not going to simp for Seraphine. Instead, going to knock her up, knock her around, beat her up with an axe, and solo kill her in the bottom lane. Oh, that rocket, though, the shutdown for Boar. Meanwhile, the Goon Squad just chasing down Hulk. Lulu's got nowhere to go. OGI finds another one, but it's blow for blow, really. That's, 3 kills on each side in the last couple of minutes.
Yeah, no major objectives to fight for, but that doesn't stop these teams. They're willing to just fight over anything. The solo kill in the bot lane from Vbon, just letting the Seraphine know that she's not able to deal with him. He is a big boy, and she does not have any damage. I don't know, both of these teams just scrapping, really. Just constantly looking for fights, looking for ways to pick up money to take down the opponent, and just going blow for blow here, back and forth.
Yeah, Lexus taking his own blue buff at 1952.
He's got to maintain the CS lead, right? For a moment, Seraphine has more CS than him, so he's got to pick up the blue buff. He's got to head back in, pick up his other camps, and try and maintain a lead. That's a dragon spawning pretty soon here. Not a whole lot of vision set up for either team, so our team's on a mission. These probably aren't the two that you want to be at the front of your vision getting gang. Just because if you face check the wrong person, it could be a little bit scary.
Yep. Cloud Soul potentially, well, Soul Point on the table right now, but eventually on the table. They're going to find the binding, though, onto Draco. He'll try to hop out, but the Flame Chomper is at least deterring him for the time being. That's a nice little chunk and very little expended for it, as ROTM will push in and get some vision. Vbon dodges out of the snare, and we'll see if OGI wants to go for a big contest or if Draco will just try to steal it. You can do some really unique little things with Zac in terms of getting vision and trying to smite it on a flyover. But it looks like they really want to fully commit. They're keeping everybody in the area, everything low, and it's stolen
Oh.
over the wall by Demo. All right.
Yeah, Draco didn't even have to commit there. Demo being the one with the empowered Q there from Seraphine, able to combo that with the E, somehow able to pick up just the last pick of damage, and that really hurts for ROTM just because you're in such a commanding lead. You want to continue snowballing these dragons. That way you're putting pressure on the enemy team. But when it gets stolen away, it's just wind out of your sails. You just lose so much of the pressure that you did have. No longer do they have to contest you for the next dragon. They can just sort of chill for the next 10 minutes.
Not that they will, given the track record
Oh,
so
yeah.
far.
Oh, and RTM deciding to run it back this time around, just starting up the Baron, and there's no vision from the side of OGI, but there's some pings going down, so maybe they know what's going on. It looks like they're trying to face check their way in. It's not going down super quickly, but they need to get there. Zac is the only one
Yeah, now they
that
know. They hit
knows.
him with the Scryer plant, but there's only 3,000 health on it. They've caught him in the choke point. Vbon and Winged just playing linebacker right now. They'll get smacked into each other, but the Baron's already taken down. The advantage of the contest on the Dragon, I guess, is you get a free Baron. Necro in has to use that Haymaker, and it's going to cost him as Wing takes him down. He gets displaced just a little bit. Zac has fallen as well into the Bloblets Boar, just gunning those down. It's a double kill for Wing as CN support forced out of the bottom of the fight, and it's another 5-0. Bud Light ace for Turn in the Middles. I still, how many times have I said that, and I still can't say it with like a straight face?
Yeah,
RTM running away with
but
the game, though. With the Baron buff, they can push in mid. We'll see how much they get. Go ahead.
and Lexus with the 5-head play knew that if he gave up the dragon, OGI would fall asleep, rest on their laurels a little bit. And our team's able to sneak the Baron, and then OGI, feeling the pressure, just hard commits, tries to get there, but they were so split up, and when you're lacking damage like you are, if one member's not there at the beginning of the fight, it's just so impossible. Not able to take down a single member of RTM, and it's just doomed. Despite a really strong opening to this game, it's just been downhill from there. RTM doing a really good job of taking advantage of, a poor play there. And giving up the dragon, just making the most out of it, constantly looking for ways to get back uh, into a position of pressure.
Yeah, and identifying that OGI didn't have any wards in the area, making sure that that was, pretty in the dark. Like, the only inkling that they would have had is, oh, we haven't seen anybody, basically, for a while. Like, they only had vision on the Scion toward the bottom side, and maybe that was enough to lull them into a false sense of security, as, the other four members should be relatively squishy, maybe not able to tank up Baron for a while, but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
I like the play, I like the setup for it, and they get a huge reward at the end of it.
definitely. We'll see how much they're able to get off of it. They already broke open the base there in the mid lane, so anytime they want, they can pressure in there, but it looks like the prize they're looking for is this tier 2 in the bot lane, which, the old adage is to never die for tier 2s when you're the defending team, so I'd expect them to be able to pick this up pretty easily, especially with OGI. Having their bot lane mid, not here to defend it at all. Um,
Honestly, I'd probably take that tier 1 in trade, but they're going to go ahead and head back for the time
I
being.
With how late they're recalling, they might as well have, but it's kind of worst of both worlds. Even if you're not supposed to die for a tier 2, you still want to make the other team think that, you're going to contest it. Just make them play a little bit further back. It's like in the Diamond game that we watched last week where despite losing the Baron, Vaughn still played extremely far up when they're pushing in on the initial um, the base turret. Just apply a lot of pressure and make the other team a little bit uncomfortable. But
Baron falls off right as they're pushing in that last wave. Another big Vision of Empire over. Wing's been pretty good. Let's take a soul count really quick. I haven't checked in on that. He's got 39. That's, I think, a little lower than normal, although we're only 26 minutes in, so that might be right on pace.
39. How much HP is that?
39 times 5, 195.
195. Pog. That's a ruby crystal plus 45, so
Yeah.
1.3 ruby crystals.
Yeah, Necro, once the scrap, apparently, the true damage will help him out quite a bit, but Vibon able to fight back really nicely in that 1v1. I think he was feeling confident because he has that Blade of the Ruin King. But this is kind of what you're talking about. They can just sack this dragon. They don't have to come out to play for it.
Yeah, that's the big thing, is if they had gotten that last dragon, then this would have been a point of contention. This would have been a fight that OGI had to take in order to stop the soul point and the potential Elder here in a few minutes. But they're allowed to just sack it, pick up their waves, and try and get back into this game. It's the rewards of a few minutes ago being able to pick up the Dragon Steel.
Yep, 140 on another Baron spawn, and ROTM will probably just chill until that happens. Take a look at some of these inventories. The double Zanya's Hourglass is a nice pickup for Winged and Lexus. You don't really have that same sort of defensive feeling on OGI. There's no stopwatches, there's no Zanyas, there's no GAs.
I mean, just take a peek at Seraphine's inventory and tell me, at what point is she going to finish her second item? There's so many components there, so many ideas of items that she feels like she needs to pick up, but none of them completed means that you're significantly weaker than you otherwise might be. Doesn't even have the CDR boots, which are so efficient in how much ability haste they're able to give you, that not having them completed this far into the game, this Seraphine just, if she wasn't a damage powerhouse before, she's kind of nothing right now, it feels like.
Yeah, and even the Tristana, a little bit split on what to do next, has the Last Whisper and the Executioner's Calling. That's more understandable, but still, like, there's not a clean power spike that's happening for OGI right now, whereas it feels like ROTM are finishing up items that they need. Like the Rylai's just finished up for Wing. You have 3.5 items on Boar now. It feels a lot more like clean breakpoints right now, and they're still going to fight. That's a big CC combo. They're going to be able to take down a Hulk, although I don't know that that's necessarily the most valuable member, as they'll lose set in the process. Over the wall, Decimating Smash not quite going to land. The Glacial Fissure doing a lot to slow up, and in comes Vibon looking for that engage. He's going to find Draco. They'll be able to take the Zac into Bloblet form and finish him off. Boar is legendary, and ROTM shows that they can just muscle their way into the base. They just kind of slapped him with the wallets in the last fight.
Yeah, and OGI finally got the chain CC that they needed. They were able to one-shot Hulk without him being able to use the Wild Growth, but unfortunately for them, it just was not enough. Our team's so far ahead, and even here, Kiri underneath the turret trying to fight Vibon, but this Scion is just not gonna die. And imagine that in a team fight with four other ROTM members pressuring this Tristana. Very difficult to see how OGI would be able to come out on top in any of these fights at this point. And RTM backing off after picking up the double inhibitor. Gonna be able to just pick up this Baron for free. We'll see if they're able to end the game with this next Baron push. Wouldn't be surprised if that were the case.
Yeah, so they've got that in their back pocket for the next couple of minutes, and it's hard to see a world where they can be contested on this right now. They're fantastically far ahead in this game. Kiri is getting a little bit stronger. Has the Last Whisper complete, or the Lord Dom's finished up, but had that in the last fight and was still just barely tickling Vibon. He's been able to itemize pretty much entirely armor, and he's sitting on a lot of it.
Even at 6 items, like if Tristana were 6 items right now, I don't think she'd be able to kill Scion in time for it to matter. There's just a distinct lack of damage on OGI's side, and this Scion is very big, very tanky, doing Scion things.
Do you think that Demo was forced into the more AP items because they didn't draft another magic damage dealer? Or I guess what I'm trying to ask is, do you think the support items might have benefited more this game rather than going for the pure AP?
Um,
Like if she had like an Ardent Sensor and a Shrelia's right now rather than.
maybe, but I just think you need another damage source. Like Set is fake damage. And as you know, we're watching him take so much damage here.
Yeah,
Uh,
Draco gonna jump in. It's kind of a split right now from OGI, and they're gonna lose their Nexus turrets. Boar is just tearing through on the bottom side of this fight. They're trying to find a nice combo. That's a nice little bit of CC from Draco, but it's way too little too late. A triple kill for Boar, a quadra kill for Boar, and the Nexus kill. I don't know who killed it, but I'm going to assume Boar. He's got a lot of AD and attack speed. And ROTM takes game number 1. It was a little scary early on, but they stabilized. They found their punchbacks, and I think at one point the kills were 8-2, and now it's 25-8. Kind of should sum up that game.
yeah, no, it felt like that first dragon fight was the really big turning point. Just because with your when you're a team comp that's relying on Set as a damage dealer, he spikes at like one item, maybe one and a half, and then he sort of has to pressure throughout the rest of the game where he just sort of loses all effectiveness. And losing that fight, just not having enough damage to actually break through the Swain, like the game was basically over there. It's just so difficult for their team comp to actually deal with the members of ROTM.
Yeah, well, we'll take just a short break, and we'll load up with game number 2. We'll see if OGI can strike back, or if ROTM can close out the series. I kind of like this Crow video I found. I didn't know
Pretty chill.
100% that I'd like it, but
I think it's good. I think it's very good.
the next evolution would be like a between games timer, but I'm not willing to commit to anything ever, so
Yeah.
it always gets hard to use.
One thing, just looking at the layout, I don't know. Maybe you're not looking for feedback.
No,
Um,
that's fine.
the white text at the top is just a little bit hard to see, just because the background is so white. Like maybe if there were a drop shadow on it,
I don't know
that
that I
might
can.
make it a little bit.
I don't know that I can add a drop shadow.
Yeah, that's why I wouldn't know specifically how to do it outside of like, you know.
No, I can add a background opacity. Okay. If I just do that, that didn't do anything.
Well, that honestly, it feels like that helps.
Oh,
but
it
then
did.
I think that
Okay.
the little logo below it probably needs to be a little bit wider to match it.
Okay.
Just because otherwise my OCD will be upset. Or it just needs to be a little bit thinner. Just as long as they're even is
That's still not quite.
it's like a pixel off.
I think I got it.
Yeah, that looks pretty good. I think that the bottom one's still like technically a tiny bit smaller, but only a real stickler would mention that.
It looks fine to me, but I also am only looking at like a quarter of a screen, so.
Oh, you're fine.
Alright. I've got everything loaded if you're ready.
Yeah, for sure. Want to look at the draft?
Yeah, let's take a look at the draft. Um, so RTM took game number one, and you know, a lot of this looks, kind of very similar to the last game.
Yeah, I think that OGI a little bit more damage this time around. Syndra usually does a little bit more damage than Seraphine. Um, though the top side of the map is very similar. Volibear and Set, as far as the damage that they put out and the tankiness, it feels very similar. But Cog Lulu, a little bit more damage, and they have the Lulu this time around, so perhaps going to be able to buff up the Kog'Maw enough to be able to carry.
Yeah, and they banned the Swain from Wing Nation this time. It's interesting. His counter into Syndra is going to be the Lux, which isn't something I've seen him play super recently. So I'm interested to see how that lane goes. If he feels comfortable about that lane, feels like it might be a little bit more risky into the Zac. A lot lower mobility, a little bit squishier than the Swain was.
I think it's scary into Zac, but in a in a vacuum, I feel like Lux into Syndra is probably good. You just kind of outrange everything that Syndra is doing. And if you play your ranges well, it feels like it's a fine matchup. But yeah, it is the Zac. Playing an immobile mage against Zac doesn't always feel great, especially since around like level 7, level 8, just the range of his elastic slingshot can make it so difficult to exist in the mid lane. But it's definitely something to keep an eye on. His positioning will matter a lot more in this game, just because it's Swain. If you get caught in the middle of everyone, that's where you want to be. Lux, you need to be way back, right?
Yeah, I am also curious. OGI was willing to run back the Zac into Morgana matchup. That overall, I think was very slanted toward Lexus. So I'm curious if that's just like a comfort thing for Draco, or if he just doesn't play like a super fast clearing jungler. I mean, we say the Kayn ban, but it feels like a weird champion pool if Kayn's banned and your next default is I only play Zac. Just give me Zac.
I mean, they both want to clear, for like 6 minutes, 7 minutes, and then start playing the game. Maybe he's like a Red King player. It feels like they could be similar. It doesn't feel like a favorable matchup, just because Morgana really clears faster. That said, I don't think it should be as bad as it was game 1. Zac's his pathing was a little. He coin flipped a couple times.
Yeah.
And, sometimes your CS shows it.
Yeah. Well, let's take a look at the game. This Champs Like music is actually awesome. I'm gonna have to bring that one back at some point. I don't remember what the other one was I really liked out of this set, but yeah. Let's watch some League of Legends. I need my chat back, and then here we go. All right. If you're ready.
I am ready whenever you are.
All right. 3, 2, 1, go. All right. On the blue side of the rift, wearing the blue health bars for game number 2, going to be Omega Gaming Infinite. In the top lane, Necro on Volibear, Draco in the jungle on Zac, Demo in mid playing Syndra, and Kiri in China support in the bottom lane playing Coglulu.
And on the red side of the rift, we have RTM, who took a close game 1, was close for a while. Looking to close this out. Viva on the top lane on the Scion, 2004 Lexus GX470. The Morgana, Wing Nation, playing Lux mid. And then Born Hulk with the Jinx and Bard bottom lane. As RTM already looking for a little bit of spice, a little bit of an invade. I wonder if Hulk started Q or no magical journey here, but he did start Q, so it's probably.
Yeah, they're barging into the bottom side of the rift, and doesn't look like they're going to find a whole lot. Cog was able to spot them out and successfully retreat from their jungle. So the sweep through for ROTM, and they'll head back into their own jungle.
Yeah, so able to get the ward in, so they'll see where Draco ends up starting. Though Draco, interestingly enough, started with a pink ward, which I kind of like. I don't think that Zach needs the pots on his first clear, especially if you clear well. Um, I think that makes sense. Although it's not like Morgana's gonna invade you
Oh,
that often. Oh, you hate to see it. Yeah, that's all right. Morgana clears pretty quickly. I think she's gonna be all right. Draco standing right on top of a ward, so our team knows exactly where he's at, exactly where he's starting. Is he going to raids again? Why is he going to raids? He doesn't have to go to raids.
sometimes you just like doing the wraiths, and you
So
gotta.
I think that like red raids Krugs made kind of sense last game because he was looking to pressure bot early and he got something for it. But if he runs the exact same path back, like I don't think that that works,
Oh,
especially since he
it's
walked over
yeah,
the
he's
ward.
walking over a ward.
Oh, and he knows that they warded too. This this cheese path doesn't work twice, especially if they invaded you. You're on vision, buddy.
Can we talk about how into BDSM this plat team is?
Yeah.
Yeah. They have a cosmic binding, a light binding, and a dark binding.
Yeah, that is true. I had not considered that, but now that you mentioned it, I can think of nothing else. As Draco flipping coins again, we'll see if RTM. I mean, they should know that he's here, or like have an inkling of it. They just shouldn't walk up.
Well,
Oh,
they walked up. Hulk has to flash, and he'll get schlepped back into the minion Hulk. Oh, it's first blood for Draco again.
so
All
I
right.
feel like when you see that, you have to like, when you see him walking down to Krugs, you're the Jinx bar lane. You should be able to crash your wave and then back up, so it slow pushes back into you, so that you just never get ganked, and then your jungler's up like 6 camps. But Draco was able to pick that up, so and he went back mid again. He's a lunatic. He has one
Necro looking for
shred.
the dive. Oh my gosh, that the Sky Splitter from the Volibear able to take down Vbon in the top lane. So the solo kill that we saw in game number 1 gets reversed, and yeah, it's 2-0 for OGI early on.
Yeah, role reversal there. As Vbon just getting taken advantage of. The Volibear is very strong in the early game. Oh no. Draco. He still has 14 CS. That means that he still only did his 3 camps and then
Yeah,
pulled
they're
them.
scrapping in the bottom lane though. Kiri burning down to the Ignite, and one more auto isn't quite going to finish it because the Ignite did. Hulk just
Oh.
pelting him with the Jolly Ranchers. The cock passive doesn't quite finish off Boar. Meanwhile, Wing may be in trouble in the mid lane, although it doesn't look like Draco's going to pull the trigger immediately. Lexus will grab both crabs, which is nice.
Is he gonna invade? If he goes in and takes his blue, and he knows that Zach hasn't started it yet. He has priority in his lanes because Volbear's walking back to lane. If Cyan walks back down, he might be able to contest this. Oh, Volbear's teleporting bot! Zach is so fucked!
Yep.
Oh,
Oh,
Zach is so
he did
fucked!
steal it. All right. Well, Necro's into bottom lane. The stun off the other end of the portal. Boar getting hurted in. He's got the portal out, though. Winged is fighting in mid lane. Necro still looking for that chase down. Kiri flashes forward, hits an auto attack, but doesn't hit the E. Hulk still being chased down. The Sky Splitter is going to be enough to slow him up, and Kiri will take that kill. He's 1-1-1 on the Kog'Maw now. But yeah, Draco, he gets the top wave. He's getting something in return.
The top wave is the only thing that makes this remotely okay. The man wanted to flip coins for so long. He was still only on 3 camps when Lexus finishes both crabs, just takes a peek in, takes the blue buff, and now had a 2-level lead there. It's just so absurdly far ahead. And then Draco's sharing XP with Volibear now? Like, he needs to go through, he needs to get his second set of spawns because he's so doomed. He's so incredibly doomed at this point. You hate to see it. That's
Yeah,
why you don't flip coins on your first clear, kids.
unless you want to. But you have to understand that you're doing it.
I
I,
and he got the kill bot. If he had just cut his losses after getting the kill bot and then just re-cleared his stuff,
oh,
he would have been
Lexus
fine.
greeding a little bit for the chickens, but he'll grab them away. And, well,
And he
he'll
hit
grab the
level
big one at
6.
least.
Draco is still level 4. Demo is level 5 when Lexus goes in, takes the raids. It's the second spawn, which means Zach is just so absurdly
Oh, the
far
ultimate
behind.
from Volibear. Vibon hits level 6, although just not quite able to get the value out of that ultimate. He'll try to chase down Necro, but I don't think the Soul Furnace passive is going to be able to knock him down.
And despite the jungle matchup, Necro doing a really good job here. Picking up the 2 solo kills, and then the teleport bottom was able to pick up the assist as well. Doing a really good job of impacting the map, where last game on the set he sort of stalled out in the mid game. This time around, taking full advantage of his early game champion and doing good work here.
Did he
Even
put
going to be
down
able
a
to
pink
pick up
ward to
the...
try to make Necro auto attack it? Or was that just like a panic? I'm trying to use a potion and I don't have one. I'm not
I
really
bet he
sure.
was probably trying to hit a pot.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm gonna give him the 5 head though. I'm gonna assume he was putting down that pink ward to have Volibear auto attack it instead of him.
See, he has inspiration though, which makes me think he was trying to pop a biscuit in the middle of the fight. Um, and instead pink ordered the Volibear.
Yeah. Kind of interesting. A lot of that attention toward the bottom lane for Curie and CN support. They have that kill advantage, but the CS not going their way. Boar's doing a really good job right-clicking the minions compared to Curie so far.
Definitely, and I think that that's just the way this matchup should go. Jinx Bard significantly stronger than any Kog'Maw lane in the early game, so doing a really good job of pressing a lead as you kind of have to in this matchup. But Necro looking for another solo kill. He's taking a lot of damage from these
Yeah,
minions.
he'll get that heal up though from the chomp, and that really turns around the health bar. Is trying to chase him down, now has the stun. There it is, Necro again. 3 kills up on the Volibear. He's I was going for Monster and Massive at the same time, and I just said Ma and then stopped. So yeah.
I agree completely. He's very Ma right now. This Volibear's looked a lot better than the set. It feels like he's really taking this top lane and making it his own, doing a really good job here. Might even be able to crash this and get another plate. He's very far ahead of Vbon now, despite that teleport to the bottom lane. That otherwise probably should have set him behind. Um, he was doing a really good job here. But just taking a peek back at CS leads in the jungle, Lexus up twice as much in his... I assume that the magical journey was for Lexus, but it wasn't. So it's Hulk just applying pressure here.
Yeah, they're still looking for it. Oh, the journey does time out finally. The wild growth used on Kiri just to keep him topped off. Boar has level 6, but Hulk doesn't have that tempered fate. So, oh, I don't know if he intentionally sidestepped that binding, but it's going to work out. The flash forward after the Super Mega Death Rocket will find the kill. They'll get slapped back in, but Demo is here off of the teleport looking for Lexus, trying to trade that one back. Kiri picks up another kill on the Kog'Maw thanks to his passive, and somehow Lexus is, well, he was going to be able to survive. Now they're just in this bush. The flash forward from Hulk not quite able to find anything. Draco cancels his own E, but
Elastic
the stun from Demo is going to be able to find 2. Draco will get another kill at the end of this one.
Yeah, and a good counter engage there. Oh, Draco's still looking.
Yeah,
Ooh.
light binding not quite going to land from Winged as Winged and Lexus just trying to hold on to this turret down in the bottom lane. Boar almost able to rejoin. He had that aggressive flash forward looking for that trade. So you had the marksman trade followed by a 1 for 0 essentially is going to be the big result of everything.
Yeah, nice little teleport down from Demo means that they're able to trade positively. But it shouldn't have been as close as it was, I think. Lexus ended up missing his binding on a Kog'Maw that was stunned by Bard against the wall, but this time lands the binding, gets some damage onto Kiri, but Kiri gonna be able to survive. Probably gonna have to reset, gonna miss some minions at the bot tower, but otherwise not too worse for wear. Dragon though started up for ROTM. First one at 10.5 minutes. Necro is so confident.
Yeah, Necro just does not give a shit about this turret. He is a big bear, and he will let everybody know that he's into that.
I think that's what he's yelling when he ults is, "I'm a big bear." I think that's what I've heard. Ooh.
Oh my god.
Oh, wow.
That Sky Splitter damage from Necro is actually insane. Another solo kill for him. 4 kills up there. Necro giving Vbon the Tendies experience.
Yeah, doing a really good job. I'd like to see with this next teleport, him taking his gold lead and trying to put that somewhere else on the map. Wing doesn't have flash. He used it bot lane.
Yeah, walks
Oh,
forward away from the elastic slingshot. Gonna get Let's bounced up. Demo now just gonna naked ult him though and take him down.
despite misplaying just about everything there, Draco hit his stretching strike onto the minion, but then Syndra killed the minion, so he didn't get the CC. He missed his elastic slingshot. You know, just missed everything, but you know that immobile mage effect has trouble into Zach.
Yeah,
Ooh.
Tempered Fate gonna land on Decian support. I don't think they can really capitalize on that. Yeah, Bard just throwing the Cosmic Binding in to the minions.
Yeah, just protecting Boar, who had otherwise been engaged on a little bit, took a little bit of damage, but
Yeah, the actual
otherwise,
upfront damage coming out of Curie, just that Hail of Blades passive plus that Bio-Arcane Barrage means that they're taking a lot of pretty positive like burst trades, but the longer it extends, the more Boar and Hulk can fight their way back into it. That Cosmic Binding
oh,
just gets intercepted by the minion, but now Teleport coming in from Necro. He's immediately on top of the Flame Chompers. Boar in trouble though. One more auto as Curie finishes him off. His third kill of the game on the Kog'Maw, and that's not what you want to see if you're ROTM. That Kog'Maw getting ahead is kind of the primary win condition for this team comp.
yeah, ROTM once again just overcommitting a little bit there in the bot lane and getting caught with the teleport behind them.
Oh, and
Necro
Necro
looking
looking
for
in mid as well. The Scatter the Weak gonna find Winged, and he's got nowhere to go. Meanwhile, Vbon actually not trading super well with Draco so far. We'll see if he can continue to turn this around. Maybe just buying time, though, as Necro is headed back up to the top lane. Stretching Strike, not quite going to connect. He needs to get a little bit of health. Vbon greeting a little bit for the Zac passive, and he does get it at least. I don't think...
Zach might die here. Yeah, Zach. Oh! Oh!
Oh, Necro say... Oh, never mind, he's down. From downtown, it's Boar.
Feels bad for Draco, but Necro getting a kill in every single lane across the map around the world, starting in bot, walking his way up, and just doing everything he can there. I mentioned I went to see him take his gold lead somewhere else on the map, and he is doing it. 5-0-2 right now, has a CS lead. Getting that fourth plate of the game is a very strong bear right now.
I have a joke I want to make.
Yeah?
No, yeah. Yeah, so it's a really good early game from OGI. They've got a more significant gold lead than they had in game number 1, and it looks like they're playing a lot more confidently on these picks than they were last game as well.
One thing to highlight, though. They're up 9 kills right now and have the exact same gold lead that they had last game when they were up 3-1 kills. There's some CS leads here for ROTM, specifically in the jungle, that just is keeping them in this gold lead, because otherwise they should be really far behind when they're, behind 9 kills as they are.
I keep chuckling. I just take a shot every time Akedo mentions the jungle gold lead. It's not a bad thing. It's just we can do it, right? We'll get our boys.
We might not want to do it.
Yeah.
It's a lot. I only have a couple things I can talk about, and the jungle lead's one of them. The other one is when top laners fuck their wave for no reason. That's the 2 things I talk about. But they saw the ward come down. This is really scary. The teleport coming in too.
Oh, and the Tempered Fate lands from Hulk. Kiri has nowhere to go. Well, he's going to just try to scrap it out with Boar. That's not the worst decision in the world, but he's going to get excited and run away. Meanwhile, see, Draco canceled his elastic slingshot again. The flash forward for the Cosmic Binding into the final spark. The rocket not quite going to land there from Boar. That was a lot of abilities that didn't really matter in the grand scheme of things.
That was just so greedy from the side of OGI. They saw the ward come down, and when you see Bard ward like that over that wall, he has the magical journey. It's just
they're going to rotate
dangerous.
in. Hulk able to sidestep that Scatter of the Weak. That Cosmic Binding a little bit tragic again. Vbon goes in with his ultimate, not able to find a home though, as Demo still had his ultimate available, and they'll successfully defend mid lane turret for the time being at least.
Yeah, but any positive trade while behind is pretty big here for ROTM. In fact, even going to be able to pick up this dragon.
Oh, smited it. Draco it.
Oh,
that was
Draco.
That was Vbon's smite. There were 2 smites that happened for ROTM. I guess it was Vbon's smite that.
Yeah.
That's significantly less troll than what I thought happened. All right, well.
I your strong member for OGI left to go push top lane, and if your strong member's not there, you just don't contest the dragon. But OGI wanted to look for it. Draco felt it, flashed in, and this isn't quite able to find it. Meaning that RTM, the last couple minutes, has gotten a couple kills back into their name, picked up the second dragon, so there's still hope for them
Oh, Hulk and
as
Lexus
they
into bottom lane.
repeat.
Cosmic Binding into Dark Binding. Tempered Fate just going to snare up Kiri as well and allow them to pick up a second kill. Really cleanly done by this bot lane trio for RTM.
Yeah, and just a run back of the play a couple minutes ago. It just feels like OGI does not respect the Bard and the plays that he can make. Able to find the cosmic bindings to set up these plays, and our team doing a good job from the behind position, still able to stay in this. Picking up kills where they can, getting their jigs, an influx of gold, and even taking down that turret. Evening up the turret score there is pretty good for them.
Yeah, and
Set on
that
the other side of the map. Go ahead.
that Tempered Fate was actually just super good from Hulk, though. Landing it onto only Kiri meant that they could focus down CN support first and then secure the kill on Kiri. I think if he didn't land it exactly the way that he did, it would have meant that Kiri would have been able to escape. So just wanted to
Yeah,
highlight
no,
that.
I was definitely worried that the Bard ult would land right on the bound Lulu and let her survive for an extra couple seconds. I was very worried, but Hulk showing that he's not necessarily your first time solo queue Bard, so able to pick that up. And Necro, the big strong bear, coming down to hang out with his bot lane. We'll see,
So that was interesting. Um,
but
there's a lot
RTM.
happening on the map. They left the small Krugs for CN support to pick up. He's actually got 35 CS on the Lulu, which is kind of weird. Um, I mean, he's got the Relic Shield item, so it's not that weird. But we're trading turrets. More importantly, Sheila dropped in the bottom lane, going to be equalized by mid. And Vbon looking for the ultimate onto Demo. Really nice sidestep
Oh,
so far. Looking for that outplay. He
oh,
sidesteps the final spark as well. He'll get bound up eventually by that light binding, but there's just nothing left. Meanwhile, the dive in the bottom lane as Necro turns off that turret with his own wrecker. And Lexus is bound up and taken down. Now, maybe a little overextension, though, from OGI. They do have a couple more turrets, though, as Kiri and Necro will be able to scoot a boot and get out of there. It's, they get another positive outcome on the bottom side. I don't know. I'm tripping over my words so bad there, but yeah.
yeah, no, Necro, everywhere that he goes, is making good things happen around the map. RTM, though, was able to trade evenly with the turrets and would have traded evenly with the kills as well, but really nice footwork from Demo means he's able to dodge basically everything there in the mid lane, stall for his Lulu to show up and bail him out. And OGI, the gold lead is shrunk. They were up almost 4K, now a hair over 2.5, so not quite as strong as they were a couple minutes ago, but still pretty good here, especially with Kog'Maw getting close to that second item. Volibear well into his second item. Still very strong. That said, Boar has finished his second item as well, is very strong right now on the Jinx. And one thing about this Volibear having a lot of your lead is that he's very strong in early game, very strong in mid game. When you start getting late game, he doesn't do as much. He's just a big ball of health that doesn't do very much at all. So the longer this game goes, the more likely our team's just not going to care about any lead that he has. Sion's going to be tankier than him, even if Sion's behind, 3k gold as he is right now.
Yeah, Dragon up in 45, though, feels like a kind of a decision point right now for OGI if they want to contest that one or they want to contest the next one. They're ahead, so you would think that they would want to take a fight basically wherever they can find it, but we haven't seen that big 5v5 really happen. We've seen a couple like 4v4s or maybe everybody getting involved in that bottom lane, but we haven't seen the big team fight happen. Demo, though, that's a lot of damage coming through. Just not going to be able to finish him off. The shield from Wing Nation keeps him alive.
Yeah, a little bit cheeky there, coming out from the bush, able to get the stun down and a lot of damage, but Wing Nation able to just sort of limp away. We'll see. Our team's teleporting in. They're still going to contest this. Winged hasn't healed yet. So we'll
Yeah,
see.
Winged will have his teleport, so he needs to go back, heal that one up, and get back in before this dragon falls. 6,000 health left on it as they're starting to burn it down. Tempered Fate gonna
Oh,
buy some time. The stun from Demo, though, makes pretty much nothing happen. Vbon into the pit, trying to find some CC, but he's separated from the rest of the squad. He'll be taken down separately from them as well. But now the Zombie Scion on the back of the fight. The flash in, though, from the Volley Bear. Necro looking for the damage. He just doesn't have it. Vbon's passive was still alive, and the Death Rocket over the top. They'll find one. Draco jumps in. He'll get turned into Bloblets. Winged still scrapping away at the front side of this fight. Boar finishes off the Zac. They'll get the Dragon, though, for OGI. Carry is pretty big. He'll pop off and win the 1v1, but it's not as positive as you would expect for OGI. In fact, they've lost an extra member in exchange for that Dragon.
yeah, able to pick it up, which slows down the win condition of ROTM, but it feels like Draco just is not on the same page as the rest of his team. And that fight, I don't know if you saw it at the beginning, he pulled his elastic slingshot again, and sort of left Necro to engage on the backline all alone. Means that, you know, even with this big Volibear going in, when he's having to deal with the just the amount of peel that ROTM has, the amount of shields that they have, the amount of protection, it's, you know, he's just not quite strong enough to actually be able to finish anyone off through it. He needs help and just didn't get it that fight. Means ROTM has closed up this kill lead quite a bit, closed up the gold lead as well. Sacrificing a dragon for it feels pretty good for them, I think.
Yep, and Hulk and Winged even stealing away the red buff. Just a little extra spice on the end of that one. And your jungle CS lead that you love so much is up to 80 for Lexus now. He's really dominating the clearing the jungle camps game.
Yeah, no, Zach's useless at this point. He's never going to be useful.
He's really
Yeah,
useless if he doesn't, channel his E completely and land on people.
even when he channeled it there at the end, he just couldn't hit anyone.
Yeah.
I think the man just needs to buy a Bramble Vest and pray that Jinx autos him once, and that's the amount of use that he's gonna have as far as items go, because he's not gonna get much stronger than he is right now.
They are going to find Lexus, though. This might be a nice pick. The final spark not
Ah!
quite going to land as Kiri just over the wall off of the blast cone and autos down Wing Nation on the top side. Meanwhile, they're trying to kite away Necro. The shield from the Sky Splitter is enough to find that victory for Necro. He's winning the 1v2, just trying to bash through V-Bon. The Decimating Smash not quite going to land. Meanwhile, OGI starts up Baron. Hulk in the area, but doesn't have the Tempered Fate available. It's just V-Bon and Hulk on the map, and Demo gonna walk in, hit the Scatter of the Week. Does he have the damage to finish it off? It doesn't really matter, as he's gonna portal away, and the Baron's secure for OGI.
Yeah, they're in the bot lane. Necro able to 1v2, and with Boar not with the rest of his team, OGI taking full advantage, engaging on the warding Lexus, and able to pick up a couple of kills there. Means that they get the Baron just when the game was starting to look a little bit hard for them, starting to fall out of reach a little bit. They pick up the team fight win, pick up the objective, and now they are firmly in control. We'll see how much they're able to get off of it. You know, it's Kog'Maw, Zac, Volibear, pretty good at sieging. So our team definitely has their work cut out for them as far as saving their
Yeah, they're gonna get on the
here.
Boar, though. They'll burst through that black shield. The Tempered Fate not quite in time as Kiri takes him down 7 and 5 on the Kog'Maw. And now without Boar on the map to defend, they can aggressively push into this mid lane if they want to.
Even through the black shield, Hulk just, or Boar rather, just is not safe. Ends up going down. Means that this push here is just going to be that much easier for OGI. Going to be able to pick up this turf for free. We'll see if they're able to break open the base as well. This is the big test to see. Our team's going to be able to hold him off. Draco, I don't know what the fuck he's doing. His elastic slingshot usage has just been a little tough.
Yeah, Necro threatening the engage, just zipping on through, not going to find anything. Boar is back alive. RTM trying to defend their Nexus turret. Demo snuck along the side, not able to find that Scatter of the Weak. Necro going in, popping that tower down. And in comes Draco looking for the let's bounce. There's just no damage really being exchanged across the gap. Everybody's staying relatively healthy except for Draco, who gets sniped. The suck my dick rocket from Boar. And the Tempered Fate going to land on Demo. They're going to look for a little bit more. The Zap not quite going to land, but the Dark Binding does. And autos from Boar should eventually finish that one off. It's a shutdown for Lexus. He'll get his ultimate off, but it just isn't enough to finish off Boar. And ROTM successfully defend the flash forward for Hulk. He's looking for that engage, but it doesn't look like ROTM quite on the same page as him. But luckily he's Bard. You'll never catch him.
Yeah, and the great timing there off the back of that Tempered Fate to get the perfectly timed binding there from Lexus. But in that fight, Necro ulted in, burnt the Jinx flash, and then was willing to walk out. He was happy to get that before the Dragon fight. It was a good play. But then Draco just ult straight in. Just never on the same page with his team. Necro there feels like he has to make something happen. Ends up burning his own flash, unfortunately. A lot of ults just not available from the side of OGI for this fight. Means the ROTM are here for the Dragon, and OGI, it feels like they had a window where they could have just picked up the Dragon for free. They waste their time. Oh, but Necro teleported in. You don't have a wave, buddy. I feel like Necro's tilted that they aren't winning the game. Oh no. He's just trying to force fights. He's gonna be CC'd for so long.
I think he's fine, but like, the teleport isn't fine, but he's physically fine. On all levels except physical, he is a bear. So.
On one hand, looking at Zach's inventory here, I like that he's agreed that he's going to be useless forever and has bought an elixir in order to be as useful as possible with his 0 money. On the other hand, there's not a major objective for 2.5 more minutes. I don't know what you're fighting over, but it feels like you might have been able to save your money and pick up a Bramble Vest, unless they're just looking for a pick. Potting when there's not a major objective on the map just feels kind of weird.
Well, it's just in his inventory. He hasn't potted yet, right?
Yeah, but he's wasting. Like, what if he picked up a couple camps? Oh, Hulk's gonna die here.
Yeah, Hulk is.
And was able to finish up a Bramble Vest or something, right? Like, that feels more impactful than 500 gold that's just sort of sitting in your inventory. Unless he thinks that he won't get a reset off, but he bought it 3 minutes before Baron starts.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't have an explanation for it. It's at least in his inventory. He hasn't used it right now.
Yeah.
Maybe he won't. Maybe he just likes having it in his inventory.
He likes
having
the way
option.
it looks.
Yeah.
It matches his Sunfire cape. I could see the aesthetic that he's going for there.
Did you play when like the red pot meta existed?
Where you would go like Riven, red pot, top lane and just all in?
Yeah, because it would heal you for 250 health for no reason and give you like 50 AD at level 1.
Yeah, before they made it so you had to be level 9 to buy one.
Yeah.
Those were certainly days. Talk about coin flipping.
Yeah, you just play Riven or Tryndamere and just I liked it, but I didn't like it.
I like it when it works, but I don't like it when the other person does it.
Well, I didn't necessarily mind it. Like, it's objectively unhealthy for the game, but like, it was kind of fun. Like, sometimes you hit your all in and win the game. Sometimes you don't. Sometimes the enemy does, but like you can play around it because you know that he's got that red pot. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, there it is. Oh, he used it.
He's a big boy. But see, if you look at his inventory, he's sitting on 1,200 gold. If he had a reset at some point, he could just have a Bramble Vest. Maybe pretend to be useful at some point. But
yeah, I mean, he's about to get Flame Horizon in the jungle. I don't know what you want from him. That's a big Cosmic Binding from Hulk. It's not... I mean, those are the two beefy boys, so it's not going to result in a whole lot. Now the Tempered Fate, that it connects onto CN support. That's not worthwhile.
Oh, Necro's on Jinx!
Necro is onto Jinx. Boar is low. He gets healed up a ton, though, and he'll actually escape out of the backside of the fight. The rocket over the top. 1-for-1 as V-Bon falls... as well as the Kog'Maw, but one of those is much more impactful than the other for the overall team fight. Hulk looking for that Cosmic Binding. He's feeling it right now. So what are these dodges from Hulk? What a madman.
Erwin's footwork is on point, but OGI, Kiri just stepped a little bit far forward.
Oh,
Ends up
Draco's on
trading
a
out.
ward.
Oh.
Oh, the triple binding into him. The auto's coming down. There's no way to save him. Boar takes him off of the map. The binding lands onto CN support as well. The the team comp experience, the multiple bindings from every angle from ROTM. Demo has to flash away from the dark binding from Lexus, and now ROTM can sweep through the jungle, and they'll be able to turn onto this Baron.
Yeah, and for OGI, they were winning until suddenly they lost. It's so doomed for them now. They had the early power off of the Volibear. Draco got a great engage onto Boar, but unfortunately, Boar had his summoners back up, was able to just get away, not enough damage back
Big
up.
stun, they're looking for it. Boar unhealthy on the backside of this fight, not able to get healed up this time as Kiri takes him down. He's got a double kill, but now he's in the dark binding. Lexus low, has to stopwatch. Necro still trying to find this one. They'll scrap it out and go 1-for-1. Kiri now kiting away from V-Bon, but Winged is still alive. The flash forward from him as he's looking for it. They'll take down Kiri. It's just Demo versus Zombie Scion and Winged, but Draco and CN supporter headed back toward the fight. Demo grabs some honey fruit. We'll see if they where they reset to. It looks like this dragon's going to spawn here in 1 second. That feels like an obvious solution for OGI, but the teleport channeled into the bottom lane for Winged. He might look for a steal with that final spark.
Yeah, he has the blue trinket. He's going to be able to get vision on it. He has vision, so he knows it's not low yet. Let's see if he ends up going for it. But what a great hold there by OGI. They lost the fight pretty badly. Oh,
The Death Rocket takes it down to 1,000. In comes the final spark. It's not going to be
Oh.
enough, though. Draco with a good smite.
Able to pick that one up. Good on him. Despite the long-range attempts at stealing it from the side of ROTM. He didn't Lexus it right there. But
Damn.
that fight, there was a great hold there by OGI, despite being outnumbered, doing a really good job just getting the damage down where it needed to be at that Baron. And Necro is still very strong, very tanky, able to create enough space for Kiri to take people down. Means that they can still come on top in these team fights. Kog'Maw's still big, but Kog'Maw is doing Krugs. Baron's up. ROTM is on that side of the map. Oh,
Well,
Cosmic Binding not quite gonna be able to find Necro out there. It's a very fast bear. As Deja Vu, Draco getting caught in the exact same bush he got caught a couple minutes ago. Can take a little bit of damage there, but no hard engage there from our team. But they are bush baiting.
yeah, Binding
Oh.
going to land onto Demo. A lot of damage coming through the Tempered Fate. It doesn't matter as V-Bon just smashes his body into the Immobile Syndra. And the pick on the mid laner, is that enough for the Baron? It doesn't look like RTM thinks it's enough. They're still a holding position. OGI just killing these jungle camps with impunity right now.
Oh.
Dark Binding lands onto the Zac. They're trying to find the damage. The Light Binding over the wall, though, from Winged is pretty good. Into the backline, though, Necro trying to find the 1v4. Kiri over the wall doing a lot of damage, but the Volibear's already fallen. Boar is just layering through these auto attacks. It's another shutdown as the Cog passive not going to find anything. 4 kills for ROTM, and that'll be the Baron.
And 45 seconds on these death timers. Ooh, they're not gonna push. They're just gonna pick up the Baron. Playing a little bit safe here, not wanting to get caught with their pants down. I feel like they probably could have inhibited and Baron, but either way, a really good fight for them. Just setting up around the Baron, playing around the vision really well, getting the picks, which is the amount of CC that they have, really playing to their team composition's win condition. Doing a really good job, really clean. Is now not even going to take the reset. They're transitioning straight into pushing. So should be able to pick up this tier 2 for free before OGI spawns. We'll see if OGI tries to contest the Nexus or the inhibitor turrets or not. Looks like RTM's not going to look for him.
Yeah, trying to grab whatever extra gold they can on the back of this. They'll get some vision control over this red side jungle and should just zip on out of there. Would really like to see a reset, though. They should have a decent amount of gold in their back pocket, yeah.
I feel like if you're going to reset, you have to reset right after Baron. So that you can spend as much time with the Baron on the map pressuring as possible. Picking up the one turret really doesn't mean anything. If it means that, then you're going to spend the next 45 seconds to a minute, wasting your Baron with a reset. But either way, they're back on the map. They've spent their money. Their inventories are looking pretty strong. We'll see how much they're able to get with this Baron. That said, on the side of OGI, this Kog'Maw except 5 items, is a very scary Kog'Maw. He will do a lot of damage if he is given the time to do so. So definitely someone to keep an eye on in these fights. The last couple, he's been CC'd just a little bit, steps a little bit too far forward to get the damage out. It just means he gets instantly blown up. So sort of needing to play that range a little bit better, play on the nice edge here.
RTM not doing a whole lot with this Baron so far. Now finally looking to get their act together here toward this top lane, where Vaughn has secured their only turret that they've gotten since their reset up at the tier 1 top. But now here they come, finally, the purple minions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, their Baron's about done.
Yeah.
They kind of didn't get much with it. But that's okay. They pick up the second outer there, and then they're just going to back up. Play it super safe, head for that dragon. It spawns in 40 seconds. OGI has a little bit of vision there in their jungle, so RTM needs to make sure to find that, clear it out, and then play for those picks again. It's been working really well when they've done that, so I'd like to see him do that. That said, there's a ward in the pit.
I'm wondering, just judging by how passive this Baron buff has been for RTM, if they feel like they're still pretty far behind in the game.
Or maybe they're like, hey, souls, in a couple minutes, let's just play for soul.
Yeah.
Which I mean, this
walking forward. That was a really quick Black Shield, though, trying to keep him alive. The Tempered Fate doing a decent amount to disengage, but they have to be careful about how they play around this Volley Bear. It's 1 kill. It's 2 kills, though, for Wing Nation, and the Volley Bear on the backside of the fight will go nowhere as well. They clean up OGI. It's an ace for nobody, and they're not even worried about the soul. They're going to run it down mid lane.
Yeah, they should be able to just pick it up here. The engage from Draco and Necro looked all right, but once again, they burn Boar's Flash, they burn his Summoners, and then they aren't able to disengage it properly. They're just a little bit too far. Their DPS isn't there, and RTM just takes full advantage in the split fight. It feels like OGI needed to look for more instances where Boar had his Summoners down, because every time that they fought, he just flashed out of the initial engage, and then they're just able to win. And it feels like he was allowed to just not have to worry about his Summoners at all.
I really like the hustle there from CN support, by the way. Sometimes you gotta try it.
I mean, got the massive 5-man ultimate. That's going in the highlight reel for sure.
Yeah, where was the team? He hit the 5-man ult. Anyway, congratulations to ROTM. The Flame Horizon secured for Alexis at the end of the game. What a monster Morgana performance in both games, honestly. Like, Black Shields were on point, Bindings were really good. It's just the non-Morgana stuff that maybe could use some work. God, I didn't want to flame him, and then I did it.
You're so toxic.
I am toxic. I'm sorry. RTM improves to 2-0, though. They're feeling pretty good, I imagine. They survived some rough early games against OGI and really showcased their mid and late game team fighting.
Definitely, despite a couple precarious positions, just keeping their heads in it, playing it safely, playing it smart, and doing a really good job of staying in it. Swinging their lead when they could.
Well, that's it from our Platinum Boys. We'll see them next week. I don't know who they play because I haven't done the scheduling post yet. I'm doing finger guns. No one can tell. Let's take a short break, and then when we come back, we're gonna have game 1 from LAS. They're gonna take on the Akron Z team. I don't know what the letter designation has to do with it, but yeah, we'll be right back with that. Their 2 teams in this league are X and Z.
I mean, those are the edgiest, coolest letters. Yeah, very, very edgy, very cool. I like their decisions.
I also didn't actually download these games, so I should probably do that. I guess it doesn't take that long.
Wait, I'm getting sold out in chat. Lexus wasn't there for the didn't pull Lexus comment. Wings sold me out. That's messed up.
That's messed up. Your comment wasn't messed up, but them selling you out
No,
is messed
not
up.
my comment uh was necessary in line. It was forced, honestly. Just by what we were watching. But
Can I
selling the homies out, that's unforgivable.
I know that I have the drafts available, but I'm not gonna do them. We're just gonna go right into games because I want to shorten it up a little bit. If that's fine.
What do you mean?
Holy
It's
shit!
only 9. Okay.
I was just thanks for the 5 gift subs, Lane. That's really cool. I like that we
And
gave one
congrats on
to.
the new position.
Yeah, congrats on that for sure. I really like that it gave one to Legends for some reason. That's
So I think what it does is it goes through people who are currently in the chat, and then after that it starts going down like the follow list. I think is usually how it determines it. They gave you a gift card. That's fantastic.
he also just displaced Hulk on the gifting leaderboard.
Oh, is Legends currently in chat? Hawk?
Yeah, they were talking earlier. I don't know if they're still here. But...
Oh, imagine reading chat. Never even once.
Oh, I need to change this LRS logo to an LAS logo. That big letter change. I don't need to. They literally never told me I needed to put a logo in here, and then I just did. Because I'm a nice guy.
I think it's very considerate of you. Going above and beyond to help promote the league.
Yeah, because people are gonna just show up on the ROTM stream. They're gonna be like, "Oh, LAS, that logo looks fucking sick. I'm gonna go."
I think so. Yeah, I think that there's one of two options there. Either they're like, who made this logo? We need to be really impressed with the graphic design work. Or they might look up the league.
Oh,
Or they might say, that layout though, Meristomatic popping off.
Their logo is just their sports logo. Okay.
No, I don't.
Sorry, I'm talking to myself.
Right. You're fine.
My bad. So. Oh, that's like not quite the right color. I think I want this. Oh, that's too dark. They're gonna be a lighter blue than they actually are, but that's fine. All right. Are you ready to experience this game with me?
I am so ready.
All right. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is our first casted week of LAS. Unfortunately, last week falling to PvE Esports, the defending champions. Somehow we can't escape them in the LAS division. They just follow us around, I guess. Not really sure. But now, week 2, trying to reset. We'll see if the gold team can bounce back from that. Unfortunately, Picle not able to make it for this week, so Cardinals subbing into the top lane for him. So a hearty welcome back to Cardinals, and hopefully they'll go all right. The opponents are Akron Z team from Akron University. Their mascot's the Zips. I don't know anything about their history or
Yeah?
why that's like a thing, but yeah, they're the Zips.
Is that as in like a zipper? Or
No,
like zip? Or are they just really
I
fast? Do
I
they
think
zip past people?
I think they're like foam mascots, like a kangaroo. Weirdly enough, like
Right. In terms of like animals that I think, will zip,
yeah, his
um,
his name's Zippy. He's a kangaroo. Yeah.
I don't, so they're like named after a specific, like one person? like one animal. His name's Zippy, so they're all the Zips.
Okay, one of the more memorable nicknames in collegiate athletics, the Zips, belongs to the University of Akron. In 1927, a campus-wide contest was conducted to choose a nickname for the university's athletic teams. Student Margaret Hamlin suggested Zippers, which was also the name of a popular rubber overshoe, sold by Akron's B.F. Goodrich Company. In 1950, the then athletic director Kenneth Red Cochran shortened the name to Zips.
Huh.
And then 3 years after that, they got Zippy, who looks like a coked out. Can I show this on stream? Oh, um, blank monitor capture. Ignore whatever changes just happened. I don't know for sure, but here. Uh, yeah, here's this kangaroo. He's now
Yeah, he's doing his best. He has a big schnoz, though.
he has a huge schnoz, and then like he's not wearing pants, and there's like an uncomfortable amount of not covering him, right?
I, especially, yeah, no, it's just kind of saggy.
He's just free balling it, honestly. Um, yeah.
I
Uh,
like these wearing sneakers, though. You know, so that's the callback to the zippers. You know,
yeah, for sure. All
I'm
right,
glad that we got the lore on Akron Zips.
all right. Let's watch this game and see if they can live up to that breakdown that we just did. Uh, three, two, one, go. Oh, I didn't
All
start.
right.
Oh, I did start. I'm good.
Oh,
I'm sorry. I trolled. I trolled. I trolled.
we're
Are we
good.
good? Okay.
All right. On the blue side of the return of the Middle Sticks Gold, Cardinals 29 top lane on the Lee Songer. Good Shade Slayer playing the Poppy Jungle, Oath playing Karma mid, and then B-Pots at Suro 5 on the Jinx Morgana bottom lane.
And on the top side of the rift, wearing the red health bars, will be the Akron Z team. For Brady, we'll call them the Akron Z team. In the top lane, it's Bobby Joe Green playing Kale. Mr. Cookie on YouTube playing the Nocturne in the jungle. Gromp Queen in mid on Diana, and Estock and Moonsong in the bottom lane playing Varus and Galio.
I have so many questions.
Yeah,
So, first off, Gromp Queen is the mid laner, but did pick Diana, who is not a mid laner. Um,
yeah.
yeah, that was question. I
That's
it's
question
just
one. Okay.
interesting.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, Bobby, can you say that again?
Bobby Joe Green? Yeah.
Is that what the Acronians sound like?
Acronian?
Those would be people from Akron, Akronites.
Acronians.
Why don't I?
I
Do you think it's Akronite?
I I don't know what it is. I do I need to Google that too? Oh my god.
If you could, that'd be
Okay,
great.
yeah, for sure. People from Akron. Oh, I can't spell. From Akron. Um, I don't actually know.
I'm disappointed, but I guess that means we have to watch the game. Is so far pretty quiet here. Not a whole lot going on this early game though. Ooh, the channel here for Moonsang playing a little bit aggressively here in the beginning, but the double range matchup here in the bot lane for ROTM is gonna be pretty good at bullying them down as long as
They are,
Galio isn't level 3.
yeah, they're Akronites. I just found that on the Wikipedia page. That's
Okay,
I think that's the most.
reasonable.
Estock is low. The Dark Binding not quite going to land from Matsuro because of the flash from Estock. Moonsong just, scrapping it out. Meanwhile, there's more action in the top lane. The Ignite trying to burn him down. It's not quite enough, though. The Piercing Arrow from Estock onto Matsuro not quite going to find that amount of damage either. But so many Summoner spells blown across the map, and now Gromp Queen and Oath even going to continue some extra trading as well.
S-Stock is the name of something, right?
Yeah, it's a sword. It's like a rapier,
Yeah.
but smaller. Is I'm not really sure, but yeah, it's like a
It
fencing
has like
sword.
a like a cool pommel, right?
Yeah.
Or like a hand card. Okay.
Yeah, for a while it was really good in Dark Souls, and people would say that S-Stock is best stock.
Oh. Not GME, it's S-Stock.
Yeah.
It's the best. This Never mind. Bad joke. Both junglers though, maybe scrapping a little bit of damage here coming out from Gid, but after the initial burst, Nocturne has a lot more sustained damage, but
Yeah, gets
Cardinals
the
is here
smite
to
for the
save the
heal, but
day.
Cookie gets the counter smite, and
Oh,
Moonsong has roamed up. Oh, never mind, he actually got a kill in the bottom lane. I don't know what's going on anymore. They're just continuing to scrap over this, and this looks like it's a C9 Scuttle Crab. Although Cardinals is going to get another one back. They're
healing!
trying to scrap through Bobby Joe.
Awkward!
They actually get it. Never mind, it's not C9 at all. They actually successfully win the Scuttle Crab fight. A double kill for Cardinals. Matsuro fell in the bottom lane somehow, though, to Moonsong during all of that.
I love that in the middle of that scuffle for the scuttle, Cardinals threw out the Lee Sin Q to try and kill Nocturne, missed the Q, but was able to last hit the Scuttle Crab, which at the end of the day, that's really what it was all for, right?
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, a big fight there, and the Lee Sin not being in the jungle, but still a very strong early game champion, is able to clean up that skirmish and pick up the kills 300 now with a 300 gold bounty. The Iron Spike Whip completed in his inventory means that should be able to bully the Kale pretty well in that matchup. Feeling pretty good for himself so far. Ooh.
Yeah, and I'm. This feels like a Emax matchup probably for Cardinals. I'll be kind of interested to see how he
Is
plays
it
that
the
one
E
out.
buff that pushed him into top lane? Is that
Yeah, the E buff pushed him into top and mid because he can just bully, straight bully people.
what do
There's
you
a
have to
solo kill in
bully?
mid lane for Gromp Queen, but Bobby Joe Green in a little bit of trouble as he'll fall to Cardinals and Gid.
Yeah, Cardinals doing a good job of making sure that wave wasn't able to crash right away, meaning that Bobby Joe Green had to stick around a little bit too long trying to make it crash, and Gid be in right place, right time to take advantage of that 4-0-0 now in that top lane. And honestly, he, I feel like if he hard engages on Kale there, takes her down to 50%, goes down to 20%, disengages, recalls, and then walks back to lane, he just like auto wins the lane forever, right? Because Kale's not allowed to recall ever now.
Yeah,
Um, but that's all right.
yeah,
He's
something
still very far ahead.
something to keep in mind for our solo laners, especially in double like teleport versus teleport matchups, is if your opponent uses teleport and you haven't yet, you can just like all in them as long as you don't die. You'll get whatever health you get in trade is really valuable.
Yeah, because then you could just force Kale to have to stay in lane forever. And like if she ever recalls, then she misses like 3 waves of turret, and you get plates, and just the game's over for her. But either way, still pretty far ahead here. While we were talking, Dragon secured here by the Akronites, by the Zips. Is that what the Z stands for? Do you think that's why they went with Z? Like,
I
is this the A team because they're the Zips?
so I would have said that, except that their other team, well, Oath is dead. That's a huge amount of damage from that Moonfall from Gromp Queen. Um, and Cardinals is just, oh my god, just kicked that man's head off. That was an expert commentary. But yeah, their other team in the other division in LAS is the uh, X team.
X's.
Yeah.
Which also makes like a Z type sound.
Oh,
Oh,
true.
nice
The
flash
Binding
forward.
gonna land, and they're getting the teleport in. S-Stock taken low, and will be finished off by Cardinals. Moonsong trying to retreat, and Lexus just has Lexus, my god. Cardinals just has every kill.
Yeah, showing up just in time, teleporting down, taking full advantage of it. Matsuro with a really good flash bindings there to set up the play. Means the ROTM is pretty far ahead, 7-4. Again, all the kills are onto your Lee Sin, who, you know, normally, historically, doesn't skill the best in the game, but definitely has a lot of potential to snowball this game very hard. Um, and any time that you get the lead in your lane, when you're able to transition it to the rest of the map and help out your team to get ahead as well, that's sort of how you snowball a lead effectively. And Cardinals doing that here. Oh, they're fucking their freeze. They could have frozen that forever. It was 4 minions.
It was.
That's right.
And now it isn't.
True. Especially since Nocturne's bot, he's about to be 6. They could have frozen that right outside power range literally forever and made RTM walk up into the Nocturne ult.
Ooh, Kale
Bobby Joe Green's
abused.
gonna die.
Yeah, this is looking a little tragic for Bobby Joe Green. The minions, though, doing a lot of work for him, making sure that that pathing. Can he hit the Q? He can. Cardinals with the solo kill.
Yeah, just a couple seconds on the Kale flash before it could come up. You know, just even when Lee Sin isn't there, it's so scary on this Kale because if you walk forward at all, he could show up and
Ooh,
gank
the
your lane.
flash engage,
Ooh,
though, from Moonsong. The Chain of Corruption does land on a
ooh.
Matsuro, and it'll spread now as the Paranoia popped. Where is he looking? It's going to be straight onto that bottom lane, of course. The Super Mega Death Rocket,
Oh.
though, does grab an exchange kill. Cookie is very low, is going to be able to bop him down. So 2 for 2 overall on the map.
And that engage was actually kind of slick there by Moonsang. Was able to get the Justice Punch to knock the RTM bot lane back just a little bit and into the max range Chain of Corruption. Really good synergy there from the bot lane. But again, just imagine if that was outside of their turret, or if Nocturne was waiting in the wings the whole time to ult instantly. It just would have been that much worse for ROTM. But, you know, this way they're able to trade back a couple kills, so, you know, not the worst in the world. Ooh!
Oh, the flash forward for Gromp Queen. Oath trying to go out to safety, but he's just
Oh,
running back into Mr.
Mr.
Cookie,
Cookie?
who didn't want that kill, I guess. Crescent Strike gonna finish that one off for Gromp Queen.
He ended up using the blue smite to just help out his mid laner, and thankfully Gromp Queen was able to find the Q, the Crescent Strike, to be able to take that one down. Now 4-1-0, very strong at this point on the Diana. Has been applying a lot of pressure here. Gid's on a mission. He wanted to find the Kale, but thankfully for Bobby Joe Green, had the foresight to back up well in time. Be able to hide underneath his turret a little bit. Oh,
Yeah.
Matsuro in a little bit of a precarious position.
Yeah, has the black shield though, and it'll get the binding back onto the Galio. They'll finish it off finally with some damage from Oath, but the Chain of Corruption used, and Cardinal's not quite able to find that Q. Gromp Queen just diving forward, Gid trying to do what he can to separate the fight. Cardinals with the flash kick back in. That was pretty clean.
The dash there from Grom Queen was a little slick, getting himself out of a very bad position there and able to just break the ankles of enough RTM members to be able to walk his way out. Those jungler died for his sins there. Meaning the RTM should be able to pick up this dragon, though Akron has the inside path on the mid lane, so might be able to trade the turret. RTM isn't starting up the dragon, doesn't want to risk it, I guess. You know, I feel like if they started on spawn, Nocturne couldn't have been there in time to contest it, but maybe just a little bit worried about the timing. You know, Nocturne has the ultimate available, so you know, just didn't want to risk it. Means that Akron, despite getting caught out, is going to be able to secure the second dragon of the game. Oh.
Oh, Matsuro trying to steal over the wall, but Gromp Queen not going to be able to find it. The last cone going to be successful to get Matsuro out of there. But 2 dragons now in the pocket of Akron, and they're looking for this bottom lane. Paranoia available, and there's, I mean, this is a chain of CC that's happening. Gromp Queen on top, looking for V-Pots. The double taunt going to land, and it's a double kill for Gromp Queen.
Yeah, and I like that when they decided to go, everyone went in. They comboed their CC very well. They didn't crash that wave, so it's not perfect, but a really good play that they looked for there means that they're extending their comeback here, getting a little bit of lead, in fact, for the first time this game, up 100 gold despite being down 3 kills. Feels like ROTM just needs to play a little bit more conservatively when Cardinals isn't there. Just because he's where a lot of your power is right now. If he's there, you should be winning your skirmishes. The issue is that the rest of the team not super strong at the moment. Whereas all of the plays that Akron is making seems to be around this Diana and the Galio, who at this point in the game are very strong.
Yeah. The Night Harvester finished up for Gromp Queen. Sorry. Feeling pretty good there in the mid lane. Cardinal's going to pop over. Not going to be able to find the Resonating Strike, but maybe looking for a little bit more as Gromp Queen trying to kite back away. This feels like a Cardinals versus Gromp Queen game, and that's about going to be a little inconclusive.
Yeah, unfortunately, the Poppy just on a couple occasions they're not quite able to get the CC to land quite properly on Diana. Means that Grub Queen's able to walk it out. Still a massive shutdown to be collected there, as well as Lee Sin. Also with the maximum shutdown, 1,000 gold to anyone who's able to take him down. Means that both of these teams have ways to propel their lead forward. If they're able to find kills onto the right members, they could blow this game open. But our team's a little bit far forward. Cardinals is going to have to teleport down because Akron's looking for this play. They have the Galio ult coming in soon. Ooh.
Oh, Paranoia coming through. The semi-global's being popped. They're
Oh.
on to B-Pots first. They'll take him down. The disengage from Poppy as they do invest the double teleport. Feels like a little bit of a split call as Gromp Queen goes in. This is very strange what's happening right now. But
Yeah, it was a really good engage there from Akron, but RotM was just a little bit split once again, making plays without the Lee Sin there. They were pushing up with the Herald, felt like they were safe, but there were a lot of members missing, and Akron is taking full advantage of it. Means that even though the Cardinals teleport came in, they were already outnumbered, so our team not able to continue the fight. This whole time, Bobby Joe Green has just been farming in the side lane, despite being down so much, is now actually up 20 CS, is going to be able to take that turret, and sort of is allowed back into this game despite doing nothing. Um, Crazy that the 0-4 Kale has or had a 150 gold bounty.
yeah, that was
Ends up dropping there.
kind of interesting. Uh, I like that the Nocturne was actually able to ping that one. That's a
Yeah, he
heads up.
was. I imagine that Bobby Joe Green, while clearing, just pressed tab real quick and was like, "Why the fuck do I have a bounty?" Cardinals, ooh, might be able to find it onto Gromp Queen. Gromp Queen's AFK.
Yeah,
Cardinals,
still looking for it. They get the Galio ult though. The kick is going to be enough though, but it's a traded back. The two supports take those kills, and um,
it felt like Cardinals just held the Dragon's Rage for so long. I think if he instantly kicks the Diana back, then there's no way that Gromp King's able to trade that, but ended up making him chase underneath the turret, and then the Galio ult coming in means the Cardinals ends up giving over that massive shutdown. Uh, Once again, both supports getting it means, I don't know, it's a push, I guess.
yeah,
It's not that big a deal either way. But the big thing is just the tempo loss, I think. Gromp Queen wanted to reset anyway. Cardinals, I don't think he did. And, when you die, when it's your turn, it's your tempo to make something happen, it just sort of, you lose a lot of pressure, especially on a champion like Lee Sin. That's all about, early to mid game, getting a lead and then pressuring with that lead. Deaths like that can be really impactful.
yeah. And their top
But
lane CS a couple minutes ago was 82 to 80, and now, they're right after the death was 86 to 115. So Bobby Joe Green picking up 30 CS in the last couple of minutes to 0 for Cardinals, basically, or 4 or
yeah,
whatever it was.
and
Chain of
our
Corruption not
team's
going to
just,
land, but they're still looking for this engage. The Poppy
oh.
ultimate gets interrupted, so he can't knock people back away. The Paranoia popped by Mr. Cookie, but I don't think he's going to find anything.
Yeah. I was really unlucky there for Gid. Ends up getting canceled out of the ultimate by the Diana ult. Means that could end up falling there, not able to disengage it. But ROTM just wasn't in a position to actually contest it. They were slow on the setup. They tried to walk in, but just weren't able to actually get in time. Means that Akron, basically for free, are able to pick up that third dragon, putting them in position to pick up that soul point here in just a couple minutes. So pretty good game for them. They're looking pretty strong here. Kale, you, you hate to see, when you press tab, your Lee Sin is 8-1-2. So strong. But then you look at his inventory versus Kale's, and Kale's basically even in inventory right now.
Mhm.
Despite being 0-4, has just been split pushing this entire time, and uh, yeah, with that leeching Lear picked up is basically dead even with the Lee Sin, and if you take into account scaling, is probably ahead of Cardinals right now. Next big objective on the map is a Rift Herald spawning in under a minute here, and it looks like both teams are actually setting up for it. Once again, Cardinals isn't there. He's on the Kale split pushing duty. Trying to cover that means that RTM at a disadvantage here.
Ooh, that piercing arrow though from Estok. That damage starting to stack up. He's got his Prowler's Claw finished. He's, headed toward his second item.
Yeah, very strong right now. Just so much lethality. That's really what the Prowler's Claw is all about, is just getting as much lethality as possible. Cardinals, the last time that he saw the Kale, felt like he was really strong, was able to pick up the kills there. It was honestly a little bit dangerous.
Oh,
Oh,
B-Pots gets caught in mid lane. Gromp Queen just jumping onto him, and he'll finish off with the Ignite. Teleport being channeled by Cardinals, trying to find something in return, but immediately the taunt from Moonsong. Everybody hits Shirley's and runs in opposite directions. They're trying to track down Gromp Queen, but they get the Galio back. Now kiting back toward Mr. Cookie, who pops the Paranoia, coming back in. They get some slows, some knockups. Cardinals is going to fall first, and Matsuro trying to fight, do what he can, but it's a double kill for Mr. Cookie. The flash over the wall, the chain of corruption from Estok will secure that kill. He's on a killing spree, and Akron can push in this mid lane.
and I don't know if it's a tilt play, but it feels like RTM just feels like they have to make something happen. They have to do something to get back into this game, and that's why they force so hard chasing the Diana, but the multiple globals here from the side of Akron just being used so well to kite that out and then get in enough people to help out Gromp Queen means that they're able to just turn that around, pick up the kills, completely turn this around. Now up 3.3k gold, very firmly in the lead at this point. It's a minute and a half on that soul point, so this is the next make or break point. This is when RTM has to contest, has to win this skirmish, has to get something here, because if Akron's able to get the Infernal Soul for free, it just becomes that much harder for RTM to actually end up winning this. They have a little bit of vision, so that's always good. I'd like to see them protect it, maintain priority on that mid lane without getting, double global ulted on. And then just try and stop Akron from being able to clear everything. Akron face checking into the Morgana Karma should be scary. Oh,
Dark
nice
Binding gonna
binding.
land onto Cookie. He's got the spell shield to try to buy a little bit of time, but it just doesn't matter as Cardinals is able to eliminate him. That kick maybe a little bit tragic as it helps disengage from Gromp Queen, but now the four-man squad from Akron still looking for it. They're kiting their way forward with the flash in. It's a big taunt from Moonsong. Do they have the follow-up damage? It doesn't look like it just yet. Gromp Queen still starting to choke through, and now finally that damage being secured onto some of these members of RTM. B-Pots and Cardinals kiting out of the backside of the fight, but it just doesn't matter. It's a double kill for Bobby Joe Green. He finds another kill. Cardinals still hopping in and out, trying to do what he can. There's two really low members if he can find an opening. That Resonating Strike not going to land. Moonsong still trying to chase him down with Bobby Joe Green. They have a couple of speed boosts available to him.
But Dragon
He'll hit
spawning
the Resonating Strike,
Akron
gets that heal back up with the Gore Drinker, but there's the ace for Akron.
Yeah, and despite Cardinals only able to trade 1-for-1 in that extended play, Akron won the fight but didn't get the dragon, meaning that RTM's able to come back and try and do it again. They got the initial pick in that last fight, but unfortunately just weren't able to disengage it enough, and in the extended fight, Akron just does so much more damage at this moment. It's just a lot stronger. Are able to come out on top there, and as we set up for a replay. Oh,
well,
that's a thing.
Oh, that chain of corruption though. Matsuro not quite able to get that black shield up in time, and he'll fall to the auto attacks from Bobby Joe Green.
This Karma's so strong now, has the completed Rift Maker, as well as the Nashor's Tooth, is just doing so much damage. And Akron is in position. They have the numbers. They should be able to force this. Our team has to contest them here. Oh. Gid is taking damage. There's no one here to help him out. No one in position to DPS with him. And Akron can just peel back and start this. Our team has to give over the soul. They're going to try and push in mid. Might be able to trade it for that turret, but not the perfect trade, not exactly what you want, not even going to be able to actually take it down, too afraid of the paranoia. Yeah.
Yeah, there's the vision gain, though. They're going to look for that engage anyway. Cookie jumping in, hitting that stride breaker. The taunt from Moonsong not quite going to land. Neither is the Chain of Corruption, as they're continuing to pressure their way in. Gid looking for that re-engage onto S-Stock. He gets the Kale ult, though, and they'll kite this one back out successfully. Akron running over the fight. Gid falls. Gromp Queen gets it killed in return. Cardinals trying to jump in, gets that heal from the Gore Drinker. He'll trade 1 for 1, but it's a triple kill for the Kale, a quadra kill for the Kale, and, you know, bad guy S-Stock steals his pentakill, and we'll see what they can grab. There's only 2 members left, as our team was able to whittle through some of the numbers from Akron, but it looks like a tower going to be in their sights.
Yeah, not going to be able to start up the Baron, but the big thing is just coming out on top in that fight. So many kills going over to the Kale. If she wasn't ahead before, she's extremely ahead now. And Cardinals, it's still really strong, was able to do a lot in that fight, but Akron's just so far ahead. And I think the really unsung hero, surprisingly enough, is Moonsang on this Galio has just been getting great engages, great CC chains, has just been massive for Akron this game. No matter who comes out on top in this game, game 2, I think Galio needs to be banned because Moonsong is just putting on a clinic right now.
Yeah, I was going to say, honestly, if I had to pick an MVP, it's probably him. Like,
Oh,
as well
absolutely.
as Gromp Queen and Bobby Joe Green have played, Moonsong has been massive on this Galio so far.
Oh
Gid greeting
no.
for this ward, and he's not going to be happy about that one, as his screen will turn gray for another 30 seconds.
Yeah, and we'll see what Akron wants to do with this. They can just contest. If Cardinals is bot, he has teleport. So he could show up and contest if our team really wants. Kale's level 14 off of this, probably going to hit level 15. So, you know, getting that much closer to the penultimate level 16 power spike. Ooh.
That rocket was pretty close, though, from B-Pots. A lot of good Jinx rockets from ROTM 80 carries today, but not quite enough to take down the Baron. And now Akron, they're going to push down mid, and it's going to be very tough to stop them.
Yeah, ROTM, it's just really hard to see what a winning team fight looks for them right now. They just lack the DPS, lack the tankiness. If it's a straight up 5v5, it just feels like they can't win it. I think that their only hope is to try and split
Oh
up
my
Akron
god.
somehow. But wow, just even lining up here and staring at each other, the poke here from the Varus is just so massive. Oh? I mean, the Resonating Strike, you know, maybe a massive Lee Sin kick into one-shotting Varus through Karma ult, through Diana, through Galio. Maybe that's the win con.
Yeah, just completely 100% outplay them Cardinals. Let's see it. Dark Binding gonna land. That's not terrible to start off with, but in comes the dive. Mr. Cookie onto the backline will take down B-Pots. Get on the front side, not having any better luck. It's traded back by Cardinals. He's starting to scrap away, but Moonsong gets that space as Bobby Joe Green finally getting forward. He's ascended on the Kale, and he's legendary. They'll just flip through these turrets. They'll fire through these turrets. Inhibitor gonna fall as well, and Akron looks like they're poised to take game number 1.
Yeah, just raising the turrets here, picking up everything, just tearing it down. In a really good game here, despite a really rough early game. You know, ROTM was ahead. They had quite a few good things going
Oh
for
my
them,
god.
but Akron did a really good job of weathering the storm, playing around their team comp, and able to pick up game number 1 there.
Yeah. If it's all right, I'm gonna take a bit of a longer break and eat some food that my wife just delivered, and then be back with game number 2 in like, 5-10 minutes. Is that fine?
Uh, sure.
Or
5-10, that's fine.
if not, we can just pick up the games later.
No, that's if you are down to hang out and do this, you know, continue in 5 minutes. That's fine.
Okay, we'll plan on that then. Sorry, friends on the stream. We'll be back in a couple minutes.
Has it been 5 minutes? Are we still on break?
Alright, I'm back.
Yeah.
Yeah, alright.
Welcome back.
Thanks.
What was for dinner?
I got Wendy's.
Pog. What'd you end up getting?
Baconator.
it good?
It was alright.
Okay. Or sometimes that's how it be. Just be alright. That's okay.
Alright, you ready?
Do I have it open? I don't have it open. Let me open it up. Alright, I am in game and ready. Ready.
Alright, taking a drink of water. Alright. So, welcome back. Sorry about... Well, there went my voice, I guess. Alright. It's been a good run. Welcome back to whatever this is. This is LAS week number 2. Yeah, that's about all I got. Akron won game number 1, if we remember back. Moonsong was a monster on Galio. This time he's not on Galio, so we'll see if this goes a little better for RTM.
Yep. Hopefully so. I'm ready when you are.
Alright, 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, on the bottom side of the rift, up 1-0. Looking to close out the series is going to be Akron Z. In the top lane, Bobby Joe Green on Urgot, Mr. Cookie in the jungle on Trundle, Gromp Queen in the mid lane on Seraphine, and Estock and Moonsong in the bottom lane playing Jin and Karma.
On the red side, we have Return to the Middle Sticks looking to take this back and tie up the series. Cardinals 29 top lane on the Volibear, Good Shade Slayer playing the Vi in the jungle, Oath on the Vel'Koz in the mid lane, then Beatpots and Matsuro 5 on the Kaisa Thresh bottom lane. And similar to ROTM last series in game 2, looking for a little bit of cheese here, trying to get a free kill and might find Jin in the exact same spot we found Kog'Maw last game. Oh.
Oh, that hook!
Oh!
Gonna get the flash out of him.
Yeah, but a free flash is always pretty good. Especially onto a Jin who otherwise with the Karma would like to play pretty far up. You know, maybe we'll have to respect it just a little bit more this time around. You know, for the next few minutes at least.
Yeah, and this... Sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, this draft feels a lot more comfortable for ROTM. Cardinals on his Volibear. Get on his Vi. Matsuro on Thresh. Oh, they found Bobby Joe Green.
Yeah, Bobby Joe Green isn't leaving. He's looking for it.
Yeah, Plasma Fission gonna land onto him, slows down. Do they actually have the damage? No one gonna counter flash over the wall, so just the flash from Bobby Joe Green. Git is not healthy right now.
Yeah, it took a lot of damage there.
Oh. That minion just coming up clutch for Moonsong there.
Yeah, able to dive straight in front of the bullet for him, making sure that the magical hook didn't quite find its target there. Gid actually took the red buff and is instantly running top lane.
Yeah, no teleport, no flash on Urgot. The stun from Cardinal's going to start things off into the Vault Breaker. Meanwhile, in bottom lane, Flay from Matsuro as they hit level 2. Hook going to land onto Moonsong. He's very low, though, but it's first blood for Beatpots. The fourth shot exchanges, though, as both ADs pick up a kill. Bobby Joe Green's an alcove gamer. He's...
just needs to burn flash, kill him. Okay. So it's a good kill there for Gid. Well, a good play, you know, taking advantage of the Urgot blowing his summoners at level 1, but it does mean, as far as tempo goes, very far behind. Walking in, starting up his Krugs. Vi doesn't do Krugs super fast at level 2 anyway, so, you know, doing it this late, it's just not ideal. And it means that this Trundle is going to be allowed to essentially clear for free.
How do you
actually,
feel
Trundle
about...
did his 3 camps, and now he's looking mid.
Yeah, Trundle can get aggressive early with the pillar, and this might be an example of it, is Oath forced to flash away. He's got Cleanse on the Vel'Koz, and I guess he's going to cleanse the Seraphine ult?
So, Seraphine has a lot of long-range shit. Jin has a lot of long-range shit. It's not awful. Yeah, I mean, there is CC in this game that is cleansable. Cookie's just walking back and forth between top and mid. Bro, go do your red buff. And he's gonna try and get a kill onto Oath here. Oh? Oh?
Yep, Pillar gonna just make sure that. Oh, well, Gid flashed. I guess that's something
It
that happened.
flashed to protect him, but he still hadn't completed the raise yet, so he's still level 2. He leached XP mid to actually hit level 3, but the junglers this game are not gonna have quite as much farmer as XP as I think that we're normally used to seeing. They're going for a more uh, gank-centric
Yeah,
playstyle this time around, it seems. Um, but so far, Cookie was able to pick up both crabs, starting now in his bottom side quadrant, going to be able to continue his CS lead here over Gid, but the fruits of Gid's labor are here in the top lane where Cardinals is just bullying Bobby Joe Green. Replay of game 1 where he's just not letting him lane at all, doing such a good job with that early lead. Um, just pushing the Urgot out of the lane. Is he?
yeah.
I wish I could go back 25, 30 seconds to see if he fucked his freeze or not. I wasn't sure if the wave was in a. I feel like the wave was in a position where it could have been frozen, but that's okay. He ends up crashing it, so Bobby Joe Green is gonna be very far behind at this point, very far. But it looks like Akron is actually starting up the dragon here, and ROTM isn't really in a position to contest it. Beepoch just took his recall. Gid is on his wolves, so Akron gonna be able to pick this up for free. Um, Even if it takes them a while, it'll
Yeah,
eventually come down.
yeah. I mean, you don't need jungle camps when you can kill the dragon, right?
What is the dragon but, a big jungle camp?
It does give like
Right.
50 gold.
Kid,
Right?
what are you doing, buddy? What?
He's looking for
I
the
mean, maybe it's
wraparound
the
on mid, I
5-head.
guess.
It's actually insane pathing. Gonna be able to surprise Gromp Queen. Gromp Queen. She's a fucking lunatic. She held her summoner so long. I am astounded. Oh.
Oh,
Oh!
oh, the flash auto from Matsuro.
The empowered auto attack from the Flay. Gonna be able to pick up that kill. I was gonna say it was a miracle that Grom Queen didn't fall there, and Matsura making sure that the miracle didn't last too long. Even able to get the recall out, as on the minimap we saw Trundle and Karma converging on his bush. But yeah, ROTM now up 3-1 in kills, up 1.2k gold. So this time around, a kill going on someone other than Cardinals, before 5 minutes is
Yeah.
pretty good.
Is that allowed or no?
I think so.
Uh,
I think it should be
oh my
encouraged.
God.
Ooh.
All right. Well,
Um,
I didn't think that anything was going to really happen there, and then Beepots just killed that man. So Moonsong is dead.
Kites
In the
do be doing a
1v2,
lot of
yeah.
damage.
Oath trying to push
Grump
forward
Queen.
now, getting a little bit of help from his buddy Cardinals, going to stun him up in the Lifeform Disintegration Ray, and Cardinals will pick up that kill. They've been buzzing around mid lane. There's a lot of movement happening in this game. Everybody been schmoovin', and
Yeah. I love that roam down. It's on a timer where he had just shoved in the wave top lane, so he's not missing anything. And just run straight mid. Seraphine just burnt both of her summoners, just got back to lane, taking full advantage of it. Volibear used to be a jungler, so he has the kit to gank, and a really good gank there from Cardinals. You'll love to see it. And I am so proud. RTM is freezing this wave. Kaisa might press Q and mess it up, but
yeah, now looking for the gank in top side. Gid has, oh, that was a really good Urgot E by Bobby Joe Green. Has the ultimate ticking and is going to get the fear off. Cardinals trying to equalize everything, but the flash from him. What a play by Bobby Joe Green on the Urgot.
really well played there. This
Oh,
is able to
Moonsong.
pick up
Oh no, that turret shot just gonna spell his end. It's a killing spree for B-Pots, and now S-Stock has nowhere to run. The Killer Instinct is available as Matsuro just gonna walk into melee range. They have to be careful for Mr. Cookie here. Ooh, that captive audience not quite gonna land as Mr. Cookie still bopping away onto Matsuro. I
You're
got
gonna be able to take
shoes
him
being
down
handed
there.
to me. Yeah, sorry.
You're fine. Uh, but yeah, ROTM off of the freeze there in the bot lane forces S-Stock to walk up a little bit too far, and just the burst from this Kai'Sa once again taking him by surprise, able to find another kill. Bpot's now 3-0-0, but Oath has flash, so he should be able to get out here.
Yeah, getting hit by
Oh,
that E is gonna be enough. He's got the cleanse on the encore, but it just doesn't matter. Is the uh, Kingmaker? What is? Oh, subjugate.
uh,
I'm dumb. Okay, subjugate for Mr. Cookie was also on top of him, so it was slowly being ground down anyway.
definitely. And yeah, it's a very close game. Ooh,
Oh,
Gid is coming bot. He has the assault and battery available. We'll see. Not quite able to get in range there. But if he was able to get the ult off, Kai'Sa would have been in range to ult in. It could have been nice. I like the angle, but it's just a little hard when you have to use the Vault Breaker to get over the wall initially. Especially since it looks like Akron had the ward over that wall, so we're ahead of that play just a little bit.
yeah. Now top laners back to work. Kind of an interesting couple of options from Bobby Joe Green, but he's got the Bramble Vest and a pickaxe in his inventory compared to Cardinals, who's opted for more utility with that Lucidity boots. And
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. The Lucidity Boot Rush on a champion like Volibear feels a little weird. It feels like combat stats would usually be better, but just really valuing that early CDR. But
yeah, Rift Herald going to be used top by Mr. Cookie. They're going to get a couple of plates up here onto Bobby Joe Green. They seem to know where their bread's buttered as far as going up to this top lane, trying to get their Urgot ahead this game.
does mean that ROTM though is able to apply pressure here bot and get this dragon, but first dragon, well, it's their first dragon, second dragon of the game. Oh,
Yeah, Matsuro is very low. He flashes back behind B-Pots. We'll take that fourth shot for him. Dragon does go over to ROTM. Lifeform Disintegration Ray just going to deter Gromp Queen from walking in. But now Moonsong speeding up. Gid looking for that turn. Has the ultimate available on the S-Stock as they've already taken down Moonsong. S-Stock has nowhere to run. Does he even have flash? He does not. So he's just stuck in the back of the pit with Gid. And Gromp Queen. Oh, the flash Q from Gid. Do they actually have the damage? The barrier is going to be enough as the teleport comes in from Bobby Joe Green. The Void Missiles from B-Pots. He's surrounded by 4 members from ROTM, but his cumulative health bar might be better. They save Gid from the meat grinder, and ROTM comes away with a lot of kills out of that play.
it should have just been the dragon going over to them. It was a positive trade for Akron. They got the first turret in the top lane. That's worth a lot more than just a solitary Ocean Drake, but they force out the fights. It's long, it lasts a long time, it's strung out, and eventually our team is able to pick up so many kills there. Now looking at a 9-4 kill lead, 1.1k gold lead, very firmly ahead at this point. And Akron just a little bit too far forward there, it felt like. I don't know, they just a little bit too much confidence without the numbers to back it up time around. Oh, Moonsong. Matsuro doesn't have backup, so even if he's able to, get the cheeky hook, is not going to be able to get too much off of it. Ends up giving them a pink ward for their troubles. A nice guy.
Yeah, damage coming down onto Gromp Queen. Oath just going to open up. He's got that passive on Gromp Queen, and now Cardinals will walk in and finish off that kill. Why not?
Yeah, Vel'Koz, once he gets that the passive proc rather, does so much damage with the Lifeform Disintegration Ray, and Oath taking full advantage of it there, getting every single proc of it, every single tick, and Cardinals once again on a really good timing on the roam. Doesn't lose a whole lot because Bobby Joe Green wasn't able to shove fast enough, so really well played, good heads up play. So Bobby Joe Green's getting collapsed on. He's being a little bit greedy right now, going for that red buff.
Yeah, Gid here just going to land that Vault Breaker onto him, take away his red buff, and now the collapse from Oath and Cardinals as they'll use all of their CC to go ahead and take down the Crabman.
Yeah, it looked like a replay from level 1. Ooh.
Oh.
This...
The
I think it's a very good thing that Sir was not able to get in range because Trundle is here. They don't have vision. They're actually gonna get caught here. Oh
Yeah,
no.
the pillar onto B-Pots. He has the killer instinct to hop over the other side of the pillar, but now getting burned down by the subjugate. A little bit of damage coming in from Moonsong, but the teleport from Cardinals may be looking to equalize, and they just can't quite find the damage onto anybody. But Cardinals going to make sure that they can't take down B-Pots and Matsuro. Meanwhile, Oath and Gromp Queen going to run into each other in the jungle, and he'll successfully research the Seraphine and then walk away.
And good teleport there from Cardinals is able to dissuade the
Oh,
extended
Oath is still
play.
looking
Oh,
for it, just not quite able to find it with that life form disintegration ray. Mr. Cookie in there uh, with the pillar, but he'll just have to smite away the chickens for a little bit of health, and everything. Maybe he'll slow down for a second. Git is stealing away some jungle camps on the top side. See, he does care about jungle camps, just not all the time.
I I mean somehow quietly has gotten a CS lead. Um, it's working towards that Shrandy Force, so be really close to finishing that up. It's actually collapsing on Bobby Joe Green. Cardinals is gonna be there. We'll see if they're able to take him down. The last time that they had this 2v1, Bobby Joe Green was able to get the kill and turn it back around. But this time around, just so much CC and damage. Our team's gonna be able to take him down for free and get their reset off before this dragon spawning in around 45 seconds.
Yeah,
We'll see.
it's the second one
Uh,
for either side if they're able to secure it, so not the most important dragon in the entire world. But if you look, like, the item spikes right now for RTM are pretty big. Everybody's got their completed mythic compared to just the two on the side of Akron. So you feel like a straight 5v5 fight right now would go in favor of RTM.
Especially since a lot of these champions spike in this mid game. Volibear, Vi, even Vel'Koz and Kai'Sa just really spike with like one item, 1.5 items, and right now they're on that spike. Matsuro looking for S-Stock here, getting the CC down. Oh, the Gale Force gonna be able to get him out to safety, but a good look there and a good chunk means that ROTM is gonna have the advantage when it comes to fighting for this dragon.
Yeah, nicely play-by-played there, Akedo.
Yeah, I don't know why I took over there.
I'll be out of a job soon. Akedo will have the monster solo cast with the great analysis. Oh my
Oh!
god, the flash over from Cookie's not quite able to secure the dragon. But Cardinals does. Now they're looking to turn this one around. They found one, they found two, and on the backside of the fight, Gromp Queen burning down is disintegrated. And there she goes. Yeah, she actually disintegrates in her death animation. That's a thing.
The life form disintegration ray goes burning her down there. Able to pick up that kill. RTM gets the dragon. Now, just so far ahead at this point. 4.5k in the lead. 15-4. Just everything going their way in the last few minutes. Every fight, every engage, they are on top of it. They're the aggressors. They're the ones with agency right now. And even picking up some turrets here. One in the bot lane, one in the mid lane means that it's not just kills that they're getting, right? They have some CS leads. They now have a turret lead. Assuming Oath is going to be able to pick. Yeah, there we go.
Well,
Oh,
Oath gonna be in a little bit of trouble. Has the cleanse, trying to at least turn some damage back around, but Bobby Joe Green says, "Get in my belly," and takes him away.
yeah.
Yeah,
Is Austin Powers the most
is that from Austin Powers?
yeah.
Okay.
It's a fat bastard. That's the thing that he
Yeah,
says.
yeah, it is. All right. Yeah, I mean, honestly,
That's
like
good.
1-to-1, Urgot to Fat Bastard.
Honestly, I mean, I could see it. Um, Urgot always did strike me as being Scottish.
Yeah, kid looking for that engage, gets pulled back out by the lantern. They're looking for Mr. Cookie, burning him down, and a lot invested, but they do eventually take down the Trundle. And 5,000 gold lead for RTM. They're gonna swing toward the Rift Herald.
Can you do me a favor?
Yeah.
POV, you're Trundle. You're in the jungle. Uh,
Okay.
you're fighting against a team comp that, you know, isn't gonna have a lot of stats for you to steal. And
Hmm.
kinda kites you out, it's gonna be very difficult to actually get onto Vel'Koz. What do you think your items are gonna be?
Uh,
Um,
so I'm gonna go. Well, S-Stock is gonna go
when
to a gray screen. Oh,
oh, is is he what
why?
the
What is he
what?
doing? What is this 1v1? I,
Why though?
um,
Why did he channel curtain call? He could just walked
he
away.
could have walked away, but he wanted it. Um,
Uh, if your
I
answer is anything but wit's end,
yeah.
you are just wrong. That has to be a fucking wit's end, right? What else does they even build into?
Static shiv. I like.
Shiv isn't an item anymore. I think it
Oh.
builds into Nashers,
Oh
and
yeah,
it
yeah.
builds to wit's end. I, what the worst part is,
Is it
the
in
magic.
Phantom Dancer? But yeah, yeah.
Is it in Phantom Dancer? I'm sorry,
I don't
more
know, man. All
clearly.
I can think
Is
of is
Trundle buying a fight?
All I can think of is TFT items. I'm gonna be honest. When I see that
Why
recurve
does
bow,
he have
that's
why does he have Berserker Greaves?
why does he have lethal tempo? Like that's
Holy
objectively like
shit.
the worst of the precision keystones that you
How
could
is
take
he
on
ever
Trundle.
gonna do he's against Volibear, Thresh, and Vel'Koz. Like someone tell me how he's supposed to exist in any team fights. Ever. Ever. At least go Phase Rush, right? Like if you're meme building, I think Phase Rush is so much better here.
Oh, Phase Rush, PTA, Conqueror, Fleet Footwork.
Oh, nice
Uh,
flash there by Beatpots.
like, well, nice flash by VPots. He's trying to kite back away, but he's stuck on the turret, unfortunately. Now Gid looking to save his 80 carry, well, get revenge for his 80 carry. He successfully does, but Estok will finish him off with the Gale Force Oath, looking to rejoin. And we're going to ARAM for a second, I guess.
Hey, is that going to Blade the Rune King?
Oh, it's a Bork.
Oh my
Okay.
god.
Yeah. We forgot
I
Bork. Somehow,
definitely forgot for it.
somehow we
The
forgot
issue is,
Bork out of all of that.
in what world are you ever going to auto any of the champions on the enemy team 3 times to proc Blade of the Rune King? I Is Volibear just gonna like try and 1v1 you in a side lane? Is that your secret tech?
Wait,
Oh, what's up?
I, she knew that they were there. She put the ward over the wall and saw them in the dragon pit, which means that they knew she was there. And then she just walked directly into them. That's a good hook by Matsuro. Memes aside,
wow.
Estok doesn't quite die. Now going to open up the curtain call. Matsuro trying to interrupt it, and he'll go ahead and cancel it. But Dragon going to be on the cards for. Oh god, that I haven't made that pun before, and now I'm kind of regretting that I haven't in a more relevant situation. But Dragon going to go to ROTM. And Hook gonna land. Oh, and now he's stuck on the other side of the pillar. He can't get back through. Bobby Joe Green just has to commit. He flies back in. Cookie, he got 3 autos off.
It's fucking miracle. I mean,
I think it
turns
was
out that
only 3, but he got 3.
when Thresh is on the cooldown, I guess that you can come in and try and get onto the Kaisa, but he's still building. When you die like that, usually you think, oh, maybe this isn't going so great. Maybe I need a Sterix Gauge. Literally any amount of tankiness possible.
I think
RTM though, gonna be able to take advantage of the team fight one there and pick up an uncontested Baron.
Why did Gromp Queen go for Leandries?
Because they don't have enough damage. I mean, you think Trundle's gonna carry this game? No, Gromp Queen's gonna carry this.
God, I hate Seraphine. All right. Well, it just like panned to her and just and I don't know why I haven't figured out what the cue is for her to do that, but I don't know why that makes me so like uncoherently angry, but I don't like it. I hate it.
I think we should do some meditation on that to try to figure out why. That could be good. That could be a good, self-learning experience. In the meantime, ROTM has the Baron. They got their reset off, so maximum Baron time to push in. We'll see how much they're able to get. They don't have their whole team here yet, so, can't pressure up too hard, but Matsuro doesn't give a fuck. He is creating space for his team to walk up and auto. Just the confidence there is enough to back Akron off.
Yeah, that's a big encore, but it's not really doing a whole lot for him as they do lose the turret in the process. Gid getting caught a little bit. That hook from Matsuro, though, going to pull in Moonsong. They'll take down the support. And now flying into the backline, Estok in a little bit of trouble. B-Pots flies in with the killer instinct, and he has it. In fact, it's a shutdown for Mr. Cookie. He's still alive during all of this, now getting hooked around and dragged around. Meanwhile, Bobby Joe Green is just killing this inhibitor up in the top lane. So that's
Remember when he was strong this game? I feel like in this series it is bad luck to get ahead as the I guess he wasn't like early ahead, he just got a couple kills. Either way, trading inhibitors, but RTM's still pushing, gonna be looking for the end. I don't know why we're watching this when they're autoing Nexus turrets. They're on number 2.
Yeah, they're on the Nexus turret number 2. Oh, Matsuro!
B-Pots killed the wrong one!
And Gid is snared right now, so he'll fall as well. They successfully defend their Nexus.
The worst part about that is that heal will automatically heal the lowest member of your team near you if you don't have it selected on anyone, but he had his mouse on the Vi. That means he made a conscious decision to heal Gid and watch Matsuro fall. Ooh, scumbag B-Pots. I mean, he was probably just autoing the turret, right?
Yeah, he was probably autoing the turret, and that's where Vi was. Yeah, that's unlucky.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're Trundle.
Uh-huh.
You like a good attacking item, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. You're like, I could go for some resistances now, though.
Uh-huh.
What like item do you think is pretty efficient in that slot, right?
Yeah, I would feel like, a Bramble Vest, maybe a little bit of MR, to try and deal with, Kai'Sa's mixed damage.
Yeah. Warden's Mail? Yeah, Warden's Mail.
I forget that that's even a fucking item in the game, honestly.
It lowers attack speed, and B-Pots has some attack speed, so that's...
Does it still? It does not
Encore,
anymore.
he's got the cleanse, though, but B-Pots is just eating it, unfortunately. Bobby Joe Green, though, maybe a little bit sad about his life decisions right there, as Snare's going to land onto Gid, but Cardinals is a monster. They're just running over the front of this fight now. That was a really weird animation, but Gid got over the wall onto Moonsong. B-Pots is going to follow him. I'll finish that one off. Estok was able to finish off Oath, but now takes a Void Seeker. Gid looking for him. Oh, that was a nice little play by Estok. He's trying. He's doing his best to kite back around to make up for his teammates' itemization choices, but it just doesn't matter as he'll finally fall to Gid. RTM running it down mid lane, trying to sprint it soon, and they'll grab that Nexus for game number 2. Maybe.
Gonna be able to close this one.
They're going for Dragon.
The Trundle items just scared him away. But that'll tell you how bad Warden's Mail is. It does not lower attack speed.
It
That's
doesn't.
not a
Is
thing
it
it
just
does anymore.
crit damage anymore?
It lowers a flat amount of damage off of every auto attack that you take. And then when you upgrade it to Randuin's, as we see Bobby Joe Green eventually fall
Yeah,
here.
I don't know why he was there, and I also don't. Yeah.
But the active of Randuin's is what slows attack speed now.
Oh, that's weird. Yeah, reduce it. Look at the name.
Rock salt. Matsuro?
What is Matsuro doing over there? All right, well, he's fine.
He do be doing his best though. He's creating space. He's zoning. It's Cloud Soul. But yeah, no. Warden's Mail is technically an item.
Isn't Thresh the Warden? He's the Chain Warden. Is that his mail, or is it someone else's mail?
I hope that's not his mail, because anyone else using it would be a federal offense. You don't want to mess with other people's mail.
Yeah, true. Look at how fast he clears camps, though.
He do be clearing camps. So realistically, if he were split pushing, there might even be an argument for this build. The issue is that he's not. He's just not doing anything with the items that he picked. But okay, so realistically, Titanic would be better, right? I,
I mean, yeah, but
oh, over the
oh, the
wall.
charm gonna land. That's a big encore onto Cardinals and V-Pods, but the rest of the squad is just here. Matsuro's just hanging out over the wall, though. But they found 3 kills. ROTM running over this fight. Mr. Cookie and Gid just having an auto-attack slap fight, and it does go the way of ROTM eventually. They'll find 4 kills for 0, and they'll eventually find the Nexus at the end of this.
Yeah, S-Stock had magic in the last fight to stall out the game, but it seems unlikely he'll be able to do it here. Gets hit by the missile there. Gets taken down by RTM. Really good comeback game after, a rough game 1. Game 2, firmly in control for most of it. Doing a really good job there. Whew.
Yeah, rock solid. Um,
Rock solid.
why is that the name of the passive? Anyway, that's gonna even up the series. RTM, yeah, looking pretty dominant in game number 2. And now we'll see what lies
Oh
in
my
store for
god.
us for game number 3.
He's running back the Trundle? Can we make bets right now? Is he gonna buy real items or is he gonna buy the same shit he bought last game? I
Like just between
is
the two of us. I don't want to put that one
yeah,
on stream
between the
because
two of us.
okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bet he. Well, which side do you want? I guess I'll take the other. I'll be that guy.
I wanna know what you think.
I think he's gonna buy the same things because gold players don't typically change in their ways.
There's no fucking way, right? How do you go through that game and then A, not get flamed by your team, and then B, run it back and buy the exact same shit? I mean, then again, our team has Yone. So, like, maybe he can, like, bait Yone into thinking he can 1v1 him. Because I bet you that Trundle build probably slaps Yone. That's about all it does.
Yeah.
There's no fuck. And he might, but there's no fucking way.
All right. What's on the line here then? Oh, I realized I never actually put up the. There we go. I never put up the BRB screen. Not that like really matters. We're all just vibing. Not V-bomb,
Yeah.
but vibing.
He still has lethal tempo. I don't know if I want to bet anymore.
Yeah.
He's against a Mumu. Mumu and Morgana. In what world does he ever auto anything? Right? Again, unless he baits Yone into like just trying to 1v1 him. Does he at least go tenacity in his runes? Is there a way to check that?
I could look at the match history, but that would spoil.
Oh, he goes Alacrity. Ah, he goes Alacrity! A Gathering Storm?
Wait.
What? What? What the fuck am I looking at? Also, I don't know when they added this, but if you click on him, as the thing in the bottom left, there's a little arrow that pops out all the rune info. I didn't
Oh.
know that was there, to be honest.
Oh, that's neat.
Can we make fun of people's runes?
We can, but
Oh, you don't wanna? That's okay. That's okay.
So he took Alacrity, right?
Yes.
And then his shards are attack damage. He's not even taking the attack speed.
Well, he got the attack speed from his rune. I mean, that's all he needs, right? You're against a Mumu. You're against a Mumu.
All right. Well, while he has
Okay.
a breakdown, let's
Alright,
let's
I'm
go ahead
ready.
and start this one up. We'll have our breakdown in real time instead. I'm at 1 second. Oh no, I'm not. It's just pretends like it's 1 second. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, I was actually
I'm
at 1
glad you-
second. All right.
I was also at 1 second, so I'm glad you said something because I assumed that it was broken.
Okay. That's interesting. Yeah. Welcome back to the breakdown. We're having a good time. It's 10:20 on a Saturday night, and this is game three between Akron Z and RotM. On the bottom side of the rift, wearing the blue health bars, are Akron Z, Bobby Joe Green in the top lane playing Yorick, which is a champion, I guess. Mr. Cookie reprising his role on Trundle. Gromp Queen on Ari, and Estok and Moonsong playing Jinx and Nautilus.
On the red side, we have Return of the Middle Six, hoping to ride that momentum from the last game. Cardinals 29, running it back on that Volibear in the top lane. Good Shade Slayer on the Sad Mummy there, the jungle. Oath playing Yone mid. And then B-Pots and Matsuro 5 on the Kaisa Morgana. Very purple bottom lane here.
Now,
Even though their skins are more of like a light blue.
yeah, I have a soft spot in my heart for this Jinx Nautilus lane. It was the first time I hit uh, Gold League. I was playing Nautilus support with my friend who was a Jinx one trick, and that was
Yeah?
yeah.
That's awesome.
So shout outs to Jinx Nautilus. They made me a slightly less terrible player than I probably should have been. But yeah, both junglers going to start on the bottom side of the rift, and yeah, I don't have too much more to say about that. How do you feel about Urgot into Volibear?
Yorick into Volibear?
Yeah, whatever champion that is, like one of those that doesn't really exist. Yeah.
So Yorick isn't real. Volibear is strong early. Ooh, nice hook. Oh, and the Secret Service minion. I assumed that he had binding in it. No, he just took Fool. Never mind. I take it back. I assume Volibear wins, but like Yorick wins random matchups, and the Dark Procession, the cage thing that he puts down, is annoying for melee champions. So I don't know. Maybe he wins it. Who knows?
What is this is kind of a cute skin. He's got like panda bears all over him. Yeah.
I think it's very cute, except that we see a lot of Yorick, and Yorick is more blue than I thought he would be. He's he could pass for a Smurf, I suppose.
One thing is certain about Yorick: if you leave him alone with your tower at any point after level 6, you just lose your tower. And we saw him split push really heavily on the Urgot, so if he does the same thing on the Yorick that he did last game, he might just split push his way to a Nexus.
True. That is definitely something that Yorick allegedly does.
Also, what kind of person's top lane pool is like Kayle, Urgot, Yorick? Like, who wakes up in the morning and is like, yeah, I want to play Kayle, Urgot, and Yorick today?
I mean, I'm gonna be honest, that sounds a lot like Lane's champion pool.
He like plays Swain and Alawi. Like those are actual fun champions.
Yeah, but I feel like Kayle, Urgot, Yorick, that is Lane's champion pool.
Yeah, that's kind of fair. I've never seen him play Yorick though.
I remember when we were on a team together, Yorick was like semi-meta, like fringe meta maybe.
Yeah.
And I think he played a lot of games on him, but I might be making that up.
I mean, at the same time, I just can't wrap my head around people like Vbon existing who just want to play Ornn and Scion and shit.
Okay.
Like,
so all the little minions are actually pandas. That's
yeah.
Oh,
Oath is looking for it. He's
doing
stuff. He got first blood. I don't know what happened there, but it's a first blood for Yone in the mid lane.
He flashed to the side to make sure that Ari misclicked the auto attack and was able to survive at 1 HP. Unfortunately, though, Mr. Cookie proccing the lethal tempo.
They win this? They
technically do, I guess.
Can get hit the bandage toss.
Kaisa.
Oh, that's a lot of health, though.
Kaisa! Oh, he went it. That's a little scary. The bot lane
the
of Akron
flash forward for Moonsong. Oath is trying, but he's not going to be able to finish off Mr. Cookie. A teleport coming in, though, for Cardinals as they've taken down Gid. The flash for the Dark Binding is going to land. B-Pots takes him down. More bullets coming through onto Moonsong. Double kill for B-Pots.
And it felt like the position was a little bit greedy from ROTM, but a good teleport from Cardinals 29. Is able to turn that around, pick up a couple kills. Now ROTM is looking at a lead here. Love to see it. I feel like most consistently throughout this series, Cardinals has done a really good job of picking up early leads and impacting the rest of the map with them, which you just love to see. Really love to see that.
Yeah, and somehow Urgot hasn't completely shoved that wave into tower, which is weird.
I Does Urgot have or not Urgot? You keep saying Urgot, now I'm saying Urgot.
They're the same character.
Um, yeah. Oh, Oath being a little bit little slick with the charm, dodging it out there and just doing so much damage. With Yone, if you miss one of your abilities, he doesn't have cooldowns. You do. He will chase your ass down the lane.
Yeah, now Metsuro and Gid looking toward bottom lane. Beepot's gonna get CC'd up a little bit as... Oh, that bandage shot's not quite gonna land. And now Gromp Queen low in the mid lane. I don't know exactly what's
have
happening.
Questions.
Yeah.
So, Moonsong knew that Morgana was there, knew that Amumu was there. They like followed him down. And the first thing he does when he walks into lane is hook straight into B-Pots and let him know, hey, this isn't your lane to push.
Why is...
Oh, a little
Yorick
scary.
in mid to begin with, number one? But also,
Maybe.
this 1v1 does not go well for Oath. He's going to get caught by the pillar. Flash forward for the shovel from Bobby Joe Green.
I mean, Ari had to recall. But Yorick didn't even have it shoved in. He got shoved. He missed so much for it. Like, why? Why do we be there, though? Either way, Akron gonna be able to take the forced recall onto Oath and turn it into dragon pressure here. And even with Matsuro hanging out on the fringes, it's kind of dangerous and it's kind of a low chance of him actually stealing it. But Ari doesn't have ultimate.
Yeah, Ari caught pretty hard there, and one kill in exchange for the dragon isn't terrible. Beepots gets caught, though, on the other side, but they manage to land that binding, and they'll finish off Moonsong. Now over the wall, can Matsuro find the Seeing Eye binding? Doesn't look like it. And the bandage shot's not going to connect either. They're still looking for it, but... Curse of the Sad Mummy is used... Actually, if they had committed, they might have been able to take down Mr. Cookie, but not going to be able to find anything. Meanwhile, Bobby Joe Green is doing the Yorick thing up in the top lane.
It's so sad to watch the little pandas. They fall over onto the ground. It's so sad. But yeah, as you had spoken about, Yorick.
Even look at the maiden is a big panda.
It's like a scarf thing. That's so cute. Does Yone win this? I guess Yone be winning this. Maiden is actually the only thing dealing damage. Like if Yorick turned around, used his sheen once or twice, he might be able to just win this.
Oh, and gonna use the ultimate going in. Does he finish that one off? He does, and he'll finish off the maiden as well. Really nicely played by Oath.
Yeah, taking the opportunity to steal Yorick's fate there and pick up the kill. Really good job there by Oath. To be able to pick that up and, punish Bobby Joe Green for what was pretty greedy, just chilling there and, trying to take four turret plates in one go. Really good punish there by Oath, and Matsuro 5, the homie. So the issue is, he did the right thing by pulling that wave, but if he pulls it towards the bush, he can dip and dive out of the bush to continue pulling aggro without actually taking any damage. So he wouldn't have to recall. He would still be at like 80% here. Maybe has to pop one pot. But it was the right idea. It was a really good idea there.
Oh, that's a nice charm.
Yeah, cheeky little charm.
Alright, well, Mr. Cookie has a sheen and a dagger in his inventory. That looks like the same item, right? That's Sunder.
Yeah, that's Sunder and Berserk.
That's a Spirit Rush from Gromp Queen. The flash for the auto and a shutdown for Gromp Queen on the Ari.
And yeah, that's something that happened there. And Moonsong is coming top lane here. There's a lot of people converging here. I mean, Mr. Cookie's gonna stop and do Herald instead of coming top, but Moonsong, ooh, even with the enlarged hitbox at the edge of the skill shot. Still not quite able to find purchase onto the bear.
Enlargened?
Yeah, that means bigger.
Okay, it's
You know,
like
is it
embiggened.
lollipops? It's embiggened. Yeah.
Bigly big.
Is enlarged not? Well, now that I say it multiple times, it sounds not
It's
right.
just
But
enlarged, I'm pretty sure. But yeah,
well, it's enlarged. You know.
it's embiggened. Yeah.
Even with the bigger edge of the skill shot, I do like that. It
I
is bear on bear action here. Um, Volibear and Panda Bear.
yeah, I know how into bear on bear action you are. That's um
Was that a gay joke?
that was the, that was the joke I was gonna make the entirety of that one game, and then I just never did. And now we can get
Yeah.
back to it because you made it first, right?
I
Um,
I
I'm
mean I
also
guess.
I'm also really glad you never make fun of the words that I say. I pick on the one like misspeak. Yeah,
Yeah,
see
the
right there.
misspeaking.
Yeah, the misspeaking. There's a fight in the bottom lane. This cast is just devolving really quickly. I apologize to all of our listeners. S-Stock is dead though. B-Pots is on a killing spree as he's starting to get some more autos down. Moonsong in trouble. B-Pot's gonna lead, or B-Pots, excuse me. Cardinal's gonna lead the way. Meanwhile, in mid lane, Mr. Cookie is just slapping down Oath. They'll get the return. Gromp Queen lands the charm onto Gid, but does he have the bandage toss? He went for the flash on the ultimate. He even had the KO emote synced up, and it just didn't happen for him.
You hate to see it. It was so close. I like the look there from Gid, almost
Oh
able to. Oh!
no! It's Sock from downtown with the Suck My Dick rocket.
So much action across the board, but once again, Cardinals on cooldown with this teleport, making things happen. This time around in that bot lane, able to pick up a couple kills for the homies. Though the dragon's spawning, and he won't have teleport for it. Though York doesn't have it either, so it should be a fair fight here. The 4v4 for all the glory. Trundle, I know why he built attack speed now. See, he's solo shoving out mid because he doesn't trust his team to control waves, so he's getting priority.
Yeah,
A good black field there.
Yeah, Moonsong gonna eat a binding, but there's just not a huge amount of damage. This isn't the Lexus Morgana with the huge amount of damage. It's just a support Morgana, unfortunately. Oh, and he just steals the, the scuttle away from him.
Yeah, you can really tell it's not the Lexus Morgana because he was able to secure the objective.
Man, that... No.
I'm sorry. Oh, that's a second dragon of the game going over to Akron. They were there first. They were able to pressure them out. And a lot of that's off of having that mid prio. Meant that the rest of RotM just wasn't able to push in and help their team contest it. Though Cardinals getting some alone time on that top turret, able to pick up a couple of plates for trouble. Matsuro hiding in the wings, finds the binding, but not getting too much else off of it.
So Mr. Cookie isn't going the exact same item. He had that dagger, and then he sold the dagger. He's going Trinity Force this game.
No, the dagger went into the Berserker Greaves.
Oh, the Berserker... Okay. Never mind.
That's okay.
That's still Trinity Force, though, yeah? He builds a Kindle Gem, and then it's Trinity Force? No, that's got the heart thing now. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Because Yorick is building a Trinity Force. I guess
Yeah.
that's Sunderer. Alright, well, never mind. It's the same items.
Yeah,
I was trying to give him the benefit of the doubt.
Okay.
And then
So here's the question: does he go Warden's Mail this game? There's a lot of auto attacking on the side of RTM.
Oh, true. That was a nice sidestep by Oath. He's caught, though. A lot of CC going to come out of Moonsong. He's only level 6. Trying to get onto S-Stock, as that's the big damage threat, but not quite able to get that Fate sealed off. Meanwhile, B-Pots is going to get caught. Well, I thought he was caught, but he's just going to kill Ari in the process. Now running away. That's a lot of damage on that chomp.
I take it all back.
It's a big shutdown for Mr. Cookie. He's just dancing in the dark binding as Matsuro walking, unfortunately, into danger as Moonsong and S-Stock were waiting for him. Binding gonna land, and I don't think they'll have the CC. Oh, nice sidestep on the zap.
The fancy feet there from Matsuro means he's going to be able to walk out there, but Bobby Joe Green does not see team fights, does not see skirmishes. He only sees a turret. He only sees a singular lane, and that is his focus. He is here to push waves, and that's about it. Doing a good job of it there, picking up the first turret of the game, taking advantage of Cardinals. Cardinals is playing for the team, playing for the objectives, playing for the tempo game. And Bobby Joe Green is just playing for turrets. Ooh.
Finally not going to land on the Gromp Queen. Is there still... Everybody's still just looking to scrap. I don't really know why, but, you know, sometimes you want to fight people, and I respect that.
Yeah?
Oath versus
S-Stock,
S-Stock
I don't
in the
think he
bottom lane.
wins this.
Yeah,
Stop
this
it.
should not be a Jinx win. Needs the damage. There it is. The shutdown
Yeah.
goes to Oath on the solo kill in the
S-Stock.
bottom lane.
Buddy, last time you had your Nautilus to help you out. This time you're still an 80 carry all alone, not able to do it on your own. As our team is able to pick up a kill there
Yeah.
onto the lane buddy of S-Stock.
Yeah, the bottom lane separated from each other. Oh, that was a good Black Shield. But everybody's separated. The bottom lane separated from each other, and they're much weaker apart than together.
Yeah. You know, the old adage says you never split the party, because when you do, things go poorly, and both sides of the bottom lane there end up falling for it. But ROTM, though, despite being up 5 kills, are only up 600 gold. You know, a lot of that is because of that first turret.
Mr.
And just
Cookie
the
has
amount of...
just been walking back and forth in this bush for the past 45 seconds. Okay, he finally left the bush.
That's Trundle gameplay, honestly. That's the peak. You may not like it, but this is what peak Trundle performance looks like. He even spammed the dance in the Dark Binding. If your team makes you play Trundle, you have to spam the dance. It's the only way. Ooh, that was...
Oh, the charm, though. I like the look, but it's not going to pay off the heal. Beepot's still alive, but now he's going to get bonked by Mr. Cookie. Now Gid so looking in the top lane. Cardinals gets a little shield there from the Sky Splitter. Jumps forward with the ultimate. Bobby Joe Green trying to kite this one out, but the healing from Cardinals is too much. Meanwhile, Oath in the 1v2 able to finish S-Stock off again. And now chasing down Moonsong. He's got the third Q, but the Spider-Man hook away from Nautilus is going to mean that he'll get out to safety. I think Oath just wanted to hit his E there. Not really sure about that one. But really nice outplay in the 1v2 by Oath. I don't know what's happening in the rest of the map, but Matsuro is split pushing in mid lane, so good for him.
Yeah, Matsuro kind of ended up baiting in his 80 carry there, landed the binding, and Beepots saw it, saw the blood, smelled the blood in the water, saw the blood in his eyes. I don't know, one of those things. He was excited, and ends up walking straight into the Ahri. No Black Shield to save him from the charm, means he's not able to pick up the kill. Matsuro wanting a farm of his own there. He takes 1 for holding the wave. I think that's fair.
Yeah, honestly,
Dragon spawn, though. And Oath is on the other side of the map. He has teleport available, so can join if need be. But if our team's able to stall this out, then, Oath getting some alone time in that top turret could be really good.
Yeah, Gid doesn't have Curse of the Sad Mummy available. Importantly, their big teamfight control spell. Matsuro eats a charm over the wall. That was a blind charm into that bush. I don't know why they knew that.
What the fuck just happened? The Nautilus hook somehow hit the wall instead of... We're gone. That was so weird. But our team is just pushing down the turrets. They're pushing mid. They're pushing top. They're going to be giving up the dragon, but they're playing for the standing gold and the map pressure instead.
Yeah, they're doing their best Yorick impressions right now. Oh, now they're contesting, though. The Soul Shackle in for Matsuro. Trying to get some stuns down. Oath into the backline. Pops the Jinx along with Gid. It's going all right for ROTM so far, but Gromp Queen and Moonsong still alive. Trying to kite back away. Now gets knocked up. Mr. Cookie just nabs their pocket on that dragon on the backside of the fight. Meanwhile, Gromp Queen going to fall to some auto attacks from Oath. Gid's still alive on the backside, and Mr. Cookie should eventually fall, as it's the pool for Matsuro that secures the ace for ROTM. So 4 kills in exchange for a dragon. That's an okay trade as long as they don't give up another one.
It was strange how that fight started with ROTM split off away from it. But they walked up to contest it either way. The teleport came in from Oath, and just the split focus from Akron means that they're able to pick up those kills. Half of Akron was dead set on killing the dragon. The other half was trying to
Oh, the
fight. And...
flank from Bobby Joe Green gets the ghouls onto
Oh!
Matsuro. He's got to try to heal back through, but the bonk on the shovel from Bobby Joe Green is going to secure that. I,
Wait, he learned. Take a peek at his inventory. Mr. Cookie.
oh, he's got the Bramble Vest.
He bought the better armor item this time around. Ooh, Moonsang getting more that he bargained for with that hook in.
He also
I'm
hasn't
just
finished his
slowly-
Bork yet.
I am so proud of him that he delayed his damage item for a tiny bit of tankiness. He couldn't be bothered to buy Merc Treads or Tab Eye, but the Bramble.
Yeah,
He
I
do be
mean,
buying that Bramble though.
he saw the Yone with the double lifesteal and was like, nah, that's enough. We're done
Well, he
with
can't
this.
1v1 him if he doesn't have Grievous. Oh,
I don't know
speaking
that he
of
can 1v1 him
1v1s,
with the Grievous. But yeah, this is kind of a scary 1v1 for Oath. He's going to hit the Fate Sealed onto Bobby Joe Green, just not returning damage. He didn't have the ghouls out. That was not the best played fight by the Yorick that I've ever seen, but it's another solo kill for Oath.
I'm gonna be honest. I think Oath hit maybe like 1/3 of his Qs there. It just didn't matter. Just so much sustain. The man's 8, 5, and 7, 2 completed items on this Yone. He's a monster. It's very difficult to imagine anyone really 1v1ing him. And ROTM is starting up the Baron off of it. Akron is not in a position. Jinx is bottom.
Yeah,
Oh.
Grom Queen walking in, B-Pots just eliminates her from the map. The teleport in from Cardinals is they're going to look to turn back on the Baron. Gid is just holding
Gid
on
is
to it
still
for the
on
time
it.
being. He didn't want it to de-leash. Respect. 3,000 health on it, but the Jinx Rocket, oh my god, 42 health left on the Baron, but it's secured by Gid.
Yeah, a lot of these Jinx rockets today have been so close to stealing objectives. Oh, S-Stock getting ran down by the bear, but the Cardinals thinking better of it. Not going to try and commit. You just got the Baron. No reason to force it. Just wait for everyone to reset. Get back in. They're resetting 30 seconds late. This shit's tilting. Just reset at the same time. Because now the team's going to go and do like camps and stuff instead of actually going out onto the map. So you're wasting like 75 seconds of the Baron just for no reason. Sorry. It's
Yeah, I mean
late.
we saw the same issue in the Platinum game. It didn't cost them, but we'll see if ROTM, foot off the gas for just a couple of seconds if that comes back to bite them. Oath
Oh no.
gonna get collapsed upon, and this is one of the other risks you run when you're not together is sometimes you can get separated. He's trying to scrap his way through this 1v4, but it's just not going to matter. Meanwhile, they're collapsing on Bobby Joe Green in the bottom lane. They'll get the bandage toss onto him, and Cardinals should eventually be able to finish him off. Oh, he dodges the Sky Splitter. They're stuck in that. He second maxed the Dark Procession.
I think they're supposed to.
What a monster. Yeah, I mean, that's so annoying. Oh my god, that rocket
He's
on
collapsed on now.
Yeah, he's dead.
Feels bad. But, they took him on a long chase, and the most important thing is that this Baron, this is all time where you're not pushing with Baron. Also, Oath dying there is 100% because they offset their recall timers. He's the only one on the map right there. If everyone recalls at the same time, then you're pushing in for vision, you're pushing in lanes at the same time, and catches like that just don't happen. Picks immediately after resetting on Baron are the #1 things that just stop Baron pushes.
So, and also while you're wearing the purple buff, you need to be in a lane.
Yeah.
They're just in the jungle right now. What are they doing? Why?
So they're setting up for Dragon, but the issue is that you're just wasting Baron. Like Baron you might as well have not even got it. You just got a little bit of money in your pocket, a little bit of XP, but nothing else has come from it.
Oath set up on the top side of the rift. He's got teleport available to join. 13 seconds. This soul spawn for Akron is very scary. Has to be navigated correctly by ROTM. Gonna get a little bit of damage down onto Moonsong to start off with.
Just hit the fucking thing. Quit trying to be cute. If that got canceled, oh my god.
He still had
but
bandage toss and flash. That Jinx rocket. That was actually relatively decently done.
Oh!
Oh, Trundle comes in and steals it, Mr. Cookie. That's the risk you run when you give up the dragon earlier. And now a Mountain Soul on the members of Akron, but they're looking for the fight. It's a double kill for B-Pots. Moonsong is on to get in the back line. Oath has teleported in. Triple kill for B-Pots as he's trying to track down the rest of his kills for this Penta. Yorick's not going to give it to him because he's in the top lane, and Nautilus is just going to run off into into Kansas, I guess, over there.
And the issue is they won a team fight. It's 25 minutes. They should be able to break open an inhibitor here, but because they didn't take care of their waves, they spent so much time in the jungle. It means that they don't have a wave in position, and they might not be able to actually break inhibitor here. It's gonna be close. Huh? Yeah, this just is not going down very quickly. 7 seconds on Jinx, 2 seconds on Ahri means that they're not going to commit for it, and that's just wave control. And their Baron's gone now. They did not get the dragon either. Even though they won the fight, they just lost everything else. It felt like everything they had going for them just swung the other way. But they're up quite a bit of gold, right? So in a straight up team fight, they should still come out on top. But it sucks to give over soul when you're this far ahead, right? And when you're in the driver's seat.
Yeah.
Uh,
You just don't want to give avenues back into the game for Akron, because this should be a clean closeout.
I'm gonna be honest, it doesn't feel like they're up like 7k,
Yeah.
but they are.
Now they're even gonna lose mid lane tower off of the slow resets from their base push. Like, why? How are they not on down on the map right now?
It feels like it's just a lack of wave control. The thing that's keeping Akron in this game is that they're consistently keeping every single wave shoved up, so that ROTM is always trying to fix waves. Like, that's just what they've been doing for the last 15 minutes, is just rotating around, sometimes winning a fight and then fixing a wave. Ooh, Gromp Queen gonna have to expend the flash there to get away from the ROTM squad. And that's good, they got the Ahri flash, they have pressure mid, and maybe they can walk up.
Oh, this is the 1v1
Oh.
you were hyping up, though. Oath getting a
Oh!
lot of healing back, but Mr. Cookie is just destroying him. He gets a couple of autos down and finishes that one off. Meanwhile, Gid over the wall looking for Moonsong, the Nautilus ultimate, trying to deter anything that they can. Gromp Queen in, the Soul Shackle just makes her dash away with that Spirit Rush. He'll finish off one kill onto Matsuro, but they'll get the inhibitor as stock. And Moonsong still doing some damage. Gid forced to use that Curse of the Sad Mummy. He'll finish off Moonsong. It's a big shutdown. Meanwhile, Bobby Joe Green continuing to push in. So is Mr. Cookie.
Mr.
That was
Cookie
just a
as well.
4v3 that they just lost on that inhibitor. And our team can't recall right now. Bobby Joe Green just splitting down. He'll grab that inhibitor tower in the top lane. And Mr. Cookie going to grab the tower in the bottom lane.
Our team just completely getting split to death. It feels like they still haven't finished their recalls. Kaisa just got back, but they're going to lose the inhibitor. They're going to lose the inhibitor turret in the bot lane. This Trundle build is really good at split pushing. So when he's left alone with the turrets, he takes them down really quickly. And our team just having so much trouble actually dealing with the split push. Gonna chase down Mr. Cookie. Mr. Cookie's completely out of mana, so can't keep using the Frozen Domain. He can't keep using his W to get away, but it's not going to matter. Our team's out of speed ups. And it feels like there was a tempo play after you got the Baron where you could have pushed up, shut down the split push, and really tried to close this game out, but they've kind of missed their window, and now what was an 8k gold lead is dwindling here. It's only 4k, and once you start counting in just the gold effectiveness of Mountain Soul, this game's probably, dead even.
Yeah, it's pretty bang on. I'd say maybe a small gold lead for ROTM, but I think it's about 3,000 is the value of that soul, if I'm not mistaken.
The issue is that they can't find the fight where they're able to flex that gold lead. Akron's doing a really good job of splitting them apart and just refusing to team fight. ROTM needs to commit to this Baron, say, hey, you have to fight me or I'm going to get Baron and end this game. And that's your chance at winning this. And they're just baiting around it. Oh, Mr. Cookie's face checking.
Yeah, Binding going to land onto Mr. Cookie. Oath looking for that Fate Sealed. He's not onto any of the carries, though. Gid very low. This fight actually isn't going super well for ROTM. And Cardinals can't join because he's stuck on that bottom side. Oath now finally starting to rip through. It's just Gromp Queen and Oath that are left, but they can't threaten the Baron anymore because it's a 3-for-3. Oath still looking for Gromp Queen, hits the W, looking for that healing. He's going to have to snap back, and the Charm is going to buy more than enough time. So it's still a 2v2 on the map, and Bobby Joe Green just continuing to push in. Inhibitor potentially under fire as Cardinals going to opt in for the 1v1, trying to break through this Dark Procession. Now finally getting the bite down onto Bobby Joe Green, but Inhibitor looking low. Now Oath looking to rejoin. They'll jump forward with the Volley Bear ultimate, but they're stuck inside that Dark Procession again. And The Yorick is so annoying. Meanwhile, there's super minions on the Nexus turrets, but it's going to get cleaned up by Gromp Queen. There's an Elder Dragon spawning in 30, but RTM, I think, has missed their opportunity in this game.
The issue with this matchup is that Volibear's stronger early, but once you hit mid game, once York starts getting some pressure, it never lets up. You can never actually stop him again. And Bobby Joe Green's just doing such a good job of taking full advantage of it. This Elder Dragon spawning is RTM's kind of last shot. They have to force a fight here. They have to win, and then they have to win the game off of it. This is what it all comes down to. This is the one objective that Akron has to fight for. Both teams are pushing up in there. Akron has the angle. They're already in, and they've already started it up.
And
Our
they've
team has
started
to
it up.
push in. Oath has to teleport.
Yeah, Oath teleporting in, Gid looking for that engage. He's in, but the Elder Dragon's already gone, and now Gid gonna get burned down. Jinx is free firing on the back end. They execute 3. Akron has done it. They've turned around this fight, and they'll take the game. It's a triple kill for Estoc, and now with the waves the way that they are in the top lane, they can just walk into the base and finish off the series. Oath is gonna look for the base race.
Oh?
Does he actually have the minions available? There's no one to stop the recall, so it's just going to be Ari back there. It's 1v4. Oath is already onto Nexus turret number 1. More recalls being channeled as he dashes away from Gromp Queen.
Oh,
He's
the
burning
Elder...
down, though. The Elder Dragon's going to be more than enough, I think. Oath
Oh!
trying to finish off, but he doesn't find the Fate Sealed at the end, and the Nexus on the other end is going to explode. So it got a little spicy there at the end, but Akron closes it out after successfully turtling and then splitting RTM apart.
Yeah, really well played there just from a macro level. After losing really hard in the early game to stay in it, find ways that they can still pressure the map even when behind, refuse the actual all-in team fight that ROTM needs to end the game. Yeah, it was, it felt like our team was in a position to win it. They had all the tools available and just fumbled a little bit there in the mid game. And just with the team composition that they had, once they fumbled, Akron just took full advantage of it and was able to come out on top.
Yeah, that was quite a series. Um, boy. Yeah. Monday night, we have the UML team versus Team Aquila. The UML quarterfinals, that'll be pretty hype. And then Wednesday and Thursday, the LAS and LRS teams are back in action. So we'll look forward to seeing you guys throughout the week. And yeah, thanks again, Aikedo, for joining me. Um, it was a fun cast. We
Yeah, for
slowly
sure.
descended into the madness that is Divine Sunder Trundle.
Yeah, but
Um,
he won though, right? So the results-based analysis says it was the correct decision. It was the only decision. Um, Fucking Berserker Greaves. And why Alacrity? Dude, he doesn't need like increased clear speed either. Just by tenacity.
yeah.
Huh.
Um, yeah. I actually don't see anyone online that I would normally host or anything.
Yeah.
I don't know what we want to watch.
So real quick,
Yeah.
on this page right here, this thank you for watching page,
hmm
the purple box is just a little bit bigger than the blue box.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, sorry.
Perish.
Um,
I I I think that that box is actually just bigger because if I fix it, I don't think it's the same length. I'll try it.
that's okay. It's not that big a deal. And we don't look at this for very long, right? Like usually it gets rated off.
That looks about right. All right. Well, cool. Yeah, we'll see you guys later this week.